Eric now these days? Anyone?
Nobody. And I never. See, that's the funny thing. Is like you guys have portrayed it that I wanted to be called that, which I never did. By you
Nobody
guys,
wants
anyway.
to be called the name they changed their name to.
Why did you change your name if you didn't want to be called Eric?
It was for personal reasons. Well, you never do anything for personal reasons?
No. I know that, but what good is it if everyone's still calling you Fred?
Because that's what everybody's used to. What am I going to do?
But why change your name?
It's like somebody gets a bad haircut in this place, and it's like, everybody calls attention to it. If I change my name, my God, it would never
you
stop.
changed your name legally to Eric.
Correct.
And yet no one calls you Eric. Usually people who do that, their name, like everyone called you Eric anyway, so they figured, well, legally I'll change it to Eric. No one calls you Eric. Your wife doesn't call you Eric.
No, she doesn't.
You don't call you Eric. Your kid doesn't call you Eric. There's no one here. Robin and I don't call you.
Does the kid know your name is Eric?
I don't know, Robin. I'll have to ask her.
You know what? I'm going to call you Eric. I'm going to be the one guy. I want to be.
He's the one guy in here that's got a decent heart.
I'm going to call him Eric.
It's like a man having a sex change operation and continuing to live as a man.
Yeah.
Like he's got the vagina and everything, and now he won't put the dress on.
Right. Why'd you go to all the trouble?
It's not quite that drastic.
It's a
funny
change.
thought, but not quite that drastic.
No, it's crazy to change. You go to legally change your name to Eric, and then no one calls you Eric.
I also legally changed my last name, so I
well, that's
got
different because
2 for 1.
everybody uses that last name. In other words, Norris is a name we all say. Fred Norris. Of course, he changed it legally. That I understand. No one's going to argue that.
Well, as long as I was doing it, I figured I'd do both.
But no one calls you Eric.
And nor do I insist.
Norris is not the name you grew up with, Fred?
No, it is not.
I never knew that. Wow.
See, there you go. You learn something new every day.
Never knew that.
Norris was the name of his stepfather, who was a good guy to him. His real father wasn't.
Now I get it. All right.
I was hoping.
But do you get the Eric part?
Not really, no, but I don't know if I want to delve into it. I mean, Fred obviously had some family issues that,
I had a ton of family issues.
I mean, that are kind of dark, and it's his own thing he's got going on there.
But nobody uses the name.
Well, it's one of those changes you make in life where you still give people an option. Like,
You
if you change your phone number, they have to learn the new phone number.
Do you understand something? If your name, let's say Fred Norris is the name that he has.
Right.
Okay. What if he went in and changed his name to Fred Cohen? And he says, I'm not going to tell anybody, but I'm Fred Norris.
I'd say that's a little extreme.
You would? So then why would you change your name to Eric if nobody uses it?
Because it felt good.
No. But then why would you change your name to Fred Weinstein?
It felt good to me to do that.
It makes me feel sad that he wanted to abandon that life so bad and just start something so completely new and different.
Well, listen, he had a tough time with his real father. I understand the Norris thing. He took on the name Norris. He always liked that better.
So why not say, now I'm Eric?
What is the significance of Eric?
I think I actually might start using Eric so I can get away from Robin.
So
and that
Eric,
fucking voice.
So Eric is the guy that gets away from Robin, and Fred is the one that has to be with him.
Eric's the lucky one. He doesn't have to listen to that shit.
So Eric is your lucky persona, and Fred's
That's my lucky persona.
All right.
Eric is hearing none of this right now?
Eric is hearing none of this crap.
Away from here. And
Eric's on an island in Anguilla.
Eric is a million miles away from this fucking
Eric's getting blown by some island chick in Anguilla.
Exactly. And I'm resting a scotch on her head.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, my goodness.
Fred will go up on a stage in New Orleans doing the dance. Jazz.
Nah, I'm not a dancer, sorry.
But your wife Allison calls you Fred, not Eric.
That would be correct.
Right.
But you don't even
She wasn't in on this, so.
Right. Did you tell her you changed it to Eric when you were doing it? And what did she think of that? That no one calls you Eric and you were changing your name to Eric?
I don't think I put it to her that way.
Right.
What'd you say to her?
I think I put it to her my own way, which was not your way, which is not as funny.
What did you say?
What did you say?
No, I said here's the deal. I've always hated the name Fred. And and my mother was going to name me Eric, and for some reason, my father, my biological father, said no, you can't name him Eric because it was the name of an old boyfriend of hers. And I said, well, I don't have the father, so fuck him. I'm going to take the name.
So it's really a hostile thing towards your real father.
Basically, yeah.
Right. I was going to ask what the significance of Eric was, and now I know.
That's pretty much it.
Oh, man.
Then I would actually definitely want to use it.
Right.
Well, how's he going to do that?
Yeah, I'm going to do that with somebody like you around.
He'd have to wear a big shirt that says, call me Eric.
Yes.
Right.
But, I mean, by now we would have been
everybody laughed
Eric.
at Prince with his little signal, his insignia thing, so there's no way that they were going to change that.
You know,
what is your,
no matter how he felt.
Do you have a middle name?
My middle name, it would be Eric, yeah.
Oh, your middle name is Eric?
Yeah.
Fred Eric. No,
Is that
well,
what it says on
whatever.
that legal form, Fred Eric?
What? Is this a court? I have to present legal
No,
documents.
no. What was your middle name when you were born?
My middle name when I was born. Now that's another reason I dropped it. This is just bullshit, but I'll tell you anyways. My godmother, who was the one who stole my father from my mother, gave me the name Leo.
Leo. Oh yeah, you hate that.
So
Fred
there you go.
Leo.
So
That's the worst
He
name.
stuck me with two shitty fucking names, the last name and the middle name.
Did you drop the Leo now? Now you're
Oh,
Eric Fred.
It's beyond.
Are you Eric Fred Norris now legally?
It's whatever you want it to be today.
What does it say now in your legal papers? Eric Norris? There's no middle name? Or is it Eric Leo Norris?
Eric, go fuck yourself, Dad Norris.
Try that.
What is your full legal name? That's all I'm asking.
Fred Eric Norris.
Fred Eric Norris.
So your
How's that for
name
you?
isn't Eric, it's Fred.
You are Fred.
Oh, please.
No, I mean, honestly, I don't know. Are you Fred
It's a
Eric?
slow morning, right?
Or are you Eric Fred?
What, no phony phone calls over the weekend?
I've got tons, but I got to get to the bottom of this. Just tell me your real legal name. Is it Eric Fred or Fred Eric?
Yes.
Tell me which.
Whatever you want, man.
Come on, Fred, we're trying to find out.
Honestly,
yeah, right.
just want to know your legal name.
He just said Fred Eric.
You want to
right?
find
No,
out.
it's not. He
Oh,
changed
give
it
me
to
a break.
Eric.
But then he just said Fred Eric is his legal name.
I don't think so, though.
Fred, what is the big deal? You won't tell us your legal name?
That is my legal name.
What?
What do you want from
Just
me?
give me your legal name.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you is your legal
That's my
name.
legal name.
Fuck you, Norris.
No, are you Eric
It
Fred
really is,
or Fred
actually.
Eric? Are you Fred Eric or Eric Fred?
I'm not talking about it anymore.
Why? What? How have I offended you?
You're not offending me.
Then why wouldn't you answer?
Because you're just annoying me now.
No, why can't you be answering me? Are you Fred
You know what's
Eric
great? It's like,
or
you know,
Eric
Robin,
Fred?
what'd you do this weekend? You know, Artie, what'd you do this weekend? Okay, and let's spend the next half hour.
Let's
No,
fuck with
you
Fred.
I smell a
Fred,
recount on the
what-
greatest moment ever next week.
Fred, what makes this funny is that
Yeah.
you won't answer. I mean, like, what's your legal name? Eric Fred or Fred Eric?
It's Fred Eric Norris.
Now we're done.
Okay.
That's it. Don't
Thank
hold
you.
out. Fred Eric Norris.
I didn't know Fred was
Because I know
anywhere on the
anytime I
paper.
offer any information, then it goes on for like another half an hour, and then another half an hour, and then another half
Oh,
an hour.
stop it.
Stop what? You're the one that started.
Why would he make his middle name Eric? I thought he
I don't
changed it to
know.
Eric.
That's what, didn't we hear my new name, my legal name is Eric Norris?
Yes.
You didn't hear it from me.
Yes, you did. You
It
said
came-
on the air. I have a
like,
tape.
It came from Blababooey.
Blabberboy.
Blababooey.
You mean McKine?
Mackay.
No, I was working on dates from the clips from the Artie date, which is a riot. But I just sat that on my desk and I heard blah blah bluey or something. So what did I do, Freddie?
Nothing.
Oh, what'd you do? Nothing.
Mark, you're on the air.
Just
You
being
stabbed
man.
him in the back.
You're just being you.
Yeah,
It's
Fred
what
also
you
did,
do.
I'm sorry, I don't want to.
I have more if you want, Fred.
Some of my favorite
More
bizarre
what?
Fred
Jesus.
stuff is.
What's with you, dude?
Wait, what? What'd you say, Fred?
I said, what's with Gary?
No,
What did you do?
I was trying to say I heard him goofing on me and I wasn't sure what I would.
No, he said you were the original one who got into
I
this.
said one little thing, and he gets in.
No,
he
Fred, I
gets
just was trying to
bristly.
figure out what happened. Calm down.
Am I right?
No, you're wrong.
No, all right. Well,
I
Benji's looking at me with that silly, sweaty look. So
No, you called him blah blah bluey.
you goofed on me and I'm just trying to figure out why. That's
no, I
all.
said, maybe what was it? Blabber,
Blabby.
Blabbermouth.
which is
Blah,
what he
blah,
is.
blabbermouth.
That's his job, and that's what he does, and he does it well.
Or blah,
See,
blah,
that's
booey.
Why were you the one who figured out that Eric was his new name?
I don't remember that, but
Oh,
it's
yeah,
very
so-
possible. How did we figure it out?
Very possible. Yeah, I think you were looking through the logs or something like that.
The logs.
Oh, you signed your name Eric?
The logs, or it was either the logs or like an FCC license or something like that.
I don't remember that. But Fred, if you looked and you saw Artie had some papers and it said, James Lange, you wouldn't think that was odd?
I figured that's his business.
Oh, my goodness.
What show do you work on?
Oh, my goodness.
But that's how Gary justifies.
What is it?
you know, when he-
You justify by writing crazy questions and stuff.
But
I mean,
that's creative, dude. That's what I do.
well, I'm not
So
as
then that's what you do.
I'm not as creative as
But
you.
I give you credit for that. I said that's what you do.
Let's listen to what
That's
Mark.
how you excel.
Let's hear what Mark says.
Well,
This is great. 20 after 6 of a brand new week, and Fred's already on the ropes. And if he never changed his name to Eric, like he just said, then how did Gary see it on some legal?
I know. How
so
did?
he was saying, he was signing
Because it was
things
all
Eric
there.
Norris.
Yeah, exactly.
Where were you signing things, Eric Norris? Honestly, oh, you
Probably-
you
probably
signed
on
the
the
log,
log,
and you decided to try out your new name on the log.
Got to use it somewhere.
Oh, because with the FCC, you want to make sure your legal name is on
There you go.
Doesn't he think if the FCC started looking through logs and one day they saw Fred Norris and then all of a sudden it became Eric Norris, even the FCC would have to question that.
But his legal name is Fred Norris. He says he's Fred Eric. So why did he sign he signed it Eric Norris? Why would he do that?
I don't believe this Fred Eric thing for a second.
I don't either.
Jets stun Pats out Coach Belichick. Cavaliers at Knicks 7:30 p.m. in MSG. Okay.
Don't get me started on the Giant game. I'll start crying. I'll change the subject right
Fred,
now.
why did you sign the log Eric?
Katie kissed off by Lauer.
Why did he sign the log Eric
I don't know.
if his new name was Fred?
And he's never
Show him who's the boss.
he's never said that anybody should call him Eric, and yet he was signing the log.
Hold it. Fred is on. Thanks, Mark. Fred's on the phone. Hi, Fred. That's Fred's sound effects machine is on the phone. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
𝗛𝘄𝗿𝗍𝗶, a sorely needed bout.
Fred's sound effects machine. Is there anything else you want to say to Fred? Hello? All right.
That's stuck.
I'm trying to see if Howard still has the tweaking he had in him during the Rainbow Room episode.
Knock yourself out.
Your sound effects machine is on the phone. Fred. All right, thank you. Thank you, sound effects machine. All right.
I think it's a kind of a one-note sound effect machine.
I think Fred's reaction to this is guaranteed. We'll have to bring this up again.
Oh, God. I'm not. You
Like I would expect it would ever change.
I'm confused.
I am too.
Honestly, I don't even mean to make a joke out of it. I respect you. I don't. It's what's funny is your reaction. Your reaction is so funny. In other words, I don't understand why you didn't change your name to Eric. Why Fred Eric? And then when you signed the FCC logs, you
Why'd you
switched
sign
to
him
Eric.
If Eric is your middle
Well, that's
name.
the mysteries of life.
Hey, you can't do that. I have to contact the FCC.
Feel free.
I think they're going to have a problem
So
with
what does he sign the logs now?
it. F. Eric.
Does he?
I don't know. There's no logs. We're on satellite.
Yeah, you don't really have to
Oh,
sign them.
what did he sign them before? Did he ever switch back to Fred Norris, or
No.
was it always Eric on the
Eric.
log?
Eric Norris Wong. He took on a Chinese.
The Chinese name?
Norris became his middle name. That's the next name change. All right, Fred. Well, you continue to be a mystery.
Oh, okay.
You really do. Yes, Ann.
Congrats. Yeah, congratulations, Artie, on your Carnegie Hall appearance. How did it go?
It was good. It was fun. It went very well. It was a good time.
I was there. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. Congratulations, Artie.
Thank you.
I didn't get it. I don't know how to contact you. I would have called you.
Thank you. Yeah.
But I thought it was wonderful.
Oh, thanks.
We had a good time. There were 4 comics there. They all did very well. It was a fun night. I was very happy for you. And then Artie brought out Dana at the
I
end.
missed that part because
you left?
I got out of there a little early and I forgot that you said there was going to be a special guest. And I thought, oh,
He
crap.
trots Dana, his girlfriend, out and has the whole place sing happy birthday.
Yeah, how
to
did
her.
she look?
She looked fine. I
Yeah?
trotted out at that point because I had to get out the door, but I didn't see you there, Rob.
I was on the other side of the theater. They never sit us together in an Artie event.
I know.
I thought maybe.
Artie's jealous of
I
our
thought maybe
relationship.
that would give you guys too a chance to bolt out of there. You know.
Yeah.
Because you know.
Thank you.
You knew it was definitely the end. I'm sure it was a little bit of a pain. But it was very nice. I
Did
appreciate.
that win her over? Did you have sex that night?
I got
or-
laid. Yeah.
You did get laid.
At the Ritz-Carlton.
No
Wow.
kidding.
At the Ritz-Carlton. Congratulations, Artie.
You got
was-
laid by Dana.
Yeah.
I hope.
We don't know.
No, I fucked Greg Fitzsimmons. It was a big night for me, and I was very happy you guys were all there. It really was. It hit me like a ton of bricks. At the sound check, I went out on the empty stage and looked. It was like fucking. It was
one question.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Hey, all right. How come you didn't invite Andrew Dice to perform with you? You don't want to get booed off the stage again, or what?
Yeah.
Me and 𝗦𝗫𝗄𝗿𝗱 Carnegie, that might be a little too much, you know.
All right, let's go over to Billy. Billy in Boston, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. This is Billy from Boston. Listen to you guys. You guys are great over on satellite.
Thanks, man.
Howard TV is great. I just want to tell you, I was at the Artie show at Carnegie Hall, and 𝗻𝗻𝗍 and his buddy sat right in front of us. He is the biggest pain in the ass in the world.
What was he doing?
Yeah, I looked over. I saw
yelling,
yeah,
going, Artie, whistling, and
I saw 𝗻𝗻𝗍 at one point standing up, yell. You know, he's one of those yellers that and it's during a comedy show, and he's wearing a big jacket that says 𝗻𝗻𝗍 on it.
Oh, 𝗻𝗻𝗍 with his number on the back.
Yeah.
I thought my buddy was gonna punch him. I said, oh. Gee,
And he's like right up in front on the second row, so he can interact with Artie and the gang on the stage.
Really? Wow.
He thought he was part of the show, yelling and everything.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. But Artie, you were great over there.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you coming from Boston.
All right, thank you. Jay Boogie, you're on the air.
Hey now.
Hey now.
I want to hear about, you know, how they did, you know, like what happened after, like how romantic was it? Did you two have dinner in the hotel room?
Well, there was an after party at Caroline's, which all you guys should have known about. I'm sorry.
I knew about it. I went home to bed, though.
I didn't know about it.
It was like, it was pretty crowded. It wouldn't have, I only stayed for like a half an hour, but Howie Mandel, who also performed that night as part of the New York Comedy Festival at Town Hall, he came.
Oh.
So my mother and sister went. So we went over. Me and Dana went there. We had some drinks, and then I had a room at the Ritz. So I had to take a bunch of pictures that I promised Caroline I would do. And after that, we took a cab to the hotel, and it was romantic. Yeah, I had a nice suite there overlooking the park, and you know.
How did you take her?
You know, I said, look, come on, hey, how about the entire Carnegie Hall saying
Artie got totally
How
nude.
about a little something? I did not get totally nude.
So whatever happened with Stephanie?
Yeah, what happened?
Well, I had a
Was there
big
any date?
I had a big weekend. I figured since she was out of town, you know, I don't want to leave her hanging, so I figured we'd do the date.
Yeah, we set Artie up on a dating game date, and the girl was just so cute. And from what I hear, you guys had your date set up for Friday night, right?
It was up in the air, but she told me, listen, I have to leave Sunday morning to go back to St. Louis.
Right.
And
from what I hear, this chick was way into Artie. They went out on the date Friday night, and did you fuck her too?
No.
Oh, man.
What's wrong
What
with
am I,
you?
some sort of... What's wrong
You're
with
a
me?
stud, is what you
I don't
are.
believe he's with Dana, by
Kind
the
of a
way.
slob,
You
am I?
don't?
Nope. Don't believe it for a minute.
Why not?
Because I don't believe it.
Why would I go
It's a
through...
ruse.
A ruse? What the fuck am I doing
Trying
that
to
for?
fool.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't buy it.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, but I mean, why would I go through the trouble
I don't buy Fred's first name. I don't buy you and Dana as a
You're gonna have to
couple.
buy them both.
I don't know what's going on with Artie because this and that. I'm not
What
not
are you
privy.
saying? He's gay?
No. I'm saying
needs to
no.
come
He's
clean.
nothing. He's nothing gay.
I don't
about it.
understand what you're talking
Because
about.
that's the only reason you would fake having a girlfriend.
I don't believe that him and Dana are together as a couple.
Why do you... Why
I
do
just
you
don't
think
get the
that?
vibe. I just can tell.
What do you mean? I
It's
don't
not
understand.
happening. It's not happening.
Look, afterwards, John Hine went on
They might have-
Pharrell's show.
Right.
And he said that he thought Dana and Artie were going to make it through the
No.
long haul. They were
No
going to
way.
get through this, and they were it forever.
No way.
Yeah. Well...
No effing way.
Well, I want to know what you're basing this theory on.
All right. Here's my theory.
Yeah.
My theory is
I can't wait for this.
that Artie and Dana went through hell together. Through thick and thin.
You mean the age?
I'm talking about heroin,
Yes.
okay? She saw him at his worst. Now, again, I don't know. This is my speculation. Artie hates when I speculate, so maybe I should just keep my mouth shut.
No, go on. Don't listen, Artie.
But do you want to hear this or not?
I'm
And I don't
listening.
want anyone to be insulted, but I'm just telling you my theory.
Okay, there's an insult coming.
They went through the heroin thing together, and a couple to survive that. Did she know you were on heroin when you were on it?
No.
Okay. So,
Wow, that's good, Artie.
that's what I'm saying. So she's got to feel like, how do I know this guy?
Ah.
How do I know him?
Right.
This is my guess.
How did you keep it from her? That's amazing.
And I'm saying, yes, they might fuck here and there. But I don't see how Artie's going to win back her trust. Now, he's got this new broad that I set him up with.
There's no new broad that I...
Excuse me.
I don't have a new broad.
I set him up with a girl who's a doll.
It's a radio contest.
They got a clean slate there.
You can start from ground zero. Nothing on the blackboard
They
yet.
call that tabula
rasa.
Ground zero.
Whatever.
Ground zero is a good term for me in dating, by the way.
Tablo rosso. All right?
Yeah.
And this is my feeling that this relationship between Artie and Dana...
Huh?
I don't want it. I mean, Artie's in love with her and everything, and I love Dana. I'm not saying anything disparaging here. I'm just saying I don't see how this relationship is going to survive. I gave the guy a brand new broad who's clean as a whistle. You know what I'm saying?
And in love with him.
Looking at him with goo-goo eyes.
Clean as a whistle.
Yeah, she's 23. How dirty could she be?
Only had 2 guys or something,
Yeah, something
as far
like
as
that.
I remember.
Chick is A, presentable. She dresses well. B,
presentable.
Sweet.
You could take her to your mother.
Yeah,
C,
well, so what the fuck? What is Dana fucking?
No, but you got
Courtney
baggage.
Love.
Too
You
much
got
baggage.
baggage. I'm not saying Dana's Courtney Love.
What
Dana's
about
a great
what
girl.
about the
You
bag?
fucked it up.
She knows the baggage I have. This new chick.
She didn't go through it with her. You, as
She
far as
didn't see you.
she didn't see you every day while you were on heroin.
To give her 2 weeks.
I'm
mean,
just telling you got a rough road ahead of you with this Dana because she's always going to have in the back of her mind, hey, Artie was on the big age.
Whatever.
And anytime she's gonna, you do
You got a
anything
rough road,
weird,
that's
she's gonna
all.
be looking at you like, is that a sign?
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it ain't going to work. But
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I don't know either if it's going to work or not. I'm just saying right now, you know, stuff is all right.
You get banged occasionally, then you guys get into it, then you're on the phone again yelling at each other and arguing. Yeah, I don't know if you need this aggravation. But you're in love. I understand.
Well, I don't know what are you giving me advice through all this bullshit? Or I don't know.
I'm not saying anything because I've pulled guys aside a couple of times in my life and given them advice.
Yeah.
They never listen.
They never listen and they hate me for it. So I'm keeping my
Ooh.
big fat fucking mouth shut.
Let me ask you
It's
something.
too late
then.
for that.
What do you mean too late? I didn't say
Oh,
anything.
you're hating him already?
No, I'm just saying, with your big mouth
I'm
shut.
always right, though.
Howard, how do you sit there and say?
Fucking right.
How do you throw your hands up in the air and go, I didn't say anything? You
I
said
didn't say
everything.
anything. What did I say? I
Everything.
Said, am I wrong? Are you having a hard time? You guys still haven't worked it all out. Am I right or wrong?
Well, I mean, it's not what it was when we first got together.
Thank you.
But I
Thank
mean,
you.
well,
Thank you.
it's way better, 1,000,000% better than it was 4 months ago.
Look, it's hard to recover from something like this. I ain't saying it's impossible, but it's always going to be. Then she's going to throw it up in his face all the time. You know, it's like when you're screwing a girl in
Well,
her
how do you know?
ass.
But how do you know? See, all you know is what I talk about here. How do you know there's stuff I can't throw up in her face? How do you know it's
Well,
not an
that's
equal
great,
give and
isn't
take?
it? That
She's
you
got
know
the big-
I'm just saying.
She's
I'm
got
just
the
saying
big
that,
age. But what
there's-
good is that if you're throwing shit in her
Yeah.
face and she's throwing shit in your face?
I'm just saying it might stop her from throwing any shit, and then there's no shit at all. Then we just live like a
Nah,
regular
you're
married
saying-
couple.
You're
If it
saying
was
there's
shit,
something.
throw it.
You're saying there's something I don't know about
No,
that
no,
you could
I'm
throw
just
in
saying,
her
of course,
face.
you don't know anything about the full relationship other than what I say on the air. I mean,
So you're telling me, in your own Artie speak, there's a few things here in the history of Artie and Dana that you could
She's
throw in
not
her
been
face.
an
She's not
angel.
been an angel.
nothing on the level of heroin.
Right.
Well, what
That's I'm
is?
saying.
What? What the hell could she
You
have
got
done?
nothing
You
on
know,
her.
sometimes she doesn't listen, Rob.
Oh. What,
But,
you smoke some weed? I mean, come on. What are we going to talk about?
What is she doing? Angel dust?
Yeah.
What the hell could it
No
be?
drugs, unfortunately.
Now, if you're telling me she cheated on you,
That's not true.
that's a different story.
Neither one of us, to the best of our knowledge, has cheated. So, you know, that's
That's
what...
not. What do you have to throw? You got wiffle balls to her baseballs. It sounds like.
You got wiffle balls.
Well, I mean, look, if I dated Ma Barker, she'd have shit on me. I haven't had the
Listen,
most pristine
I'm just
life.
saying.
I'm saying, what's the difference between within a month, this new chick or any new chick would have a bunch of shit to throw anyway? I'm not. It's not like I'm. It's still me. They're dating me and not a new person. The
You got
ammunition this
clean
other broad's
slate.
gonna
Well,
have
you know
is
what?
gonna pile up in a minute.
Tableau rosa.
What the fuck, tableau rosa is?
You know what I mean? Blank slate.
You know what it is? The new chick.
Blank
new chick knows all of your faults, but hasn't lived through any of them. So you're starting at a better place.
Yeah.
But she lived through them within 4 months.
This one's coming into the heroin. She already knows.
Oh, what are you going to do in 4 months? You got something planned?
God only knows.
Old Dana knows the heroin.
I'm done making promises
the new
to
Dana
myself and anybody else.
Old Dana knows the heroin. The new Dana, but old Dana didn't know the heroin. This new Dana
she
does.
knows. This new the new person knows everything.
Right.
She listens to the show. She knows about
But
everything.
she still sees you as, Artie.
The old Dana met me, and
Not
I
a
did.
mess.
The first night I met her, I did 53 shots of tequila.
That's what we're talking about. She can't get over that.
I mean, I don't know.
Listen, man, you do what you got to do. I just set you up with a little doll, but Dana's a doll too. I'm just saying. I hope you know what you're doing.
Do you want to hear?
I think you're an evil man.
Do you want to hear clips from the date, Howard?
Yeah, I want to know what happened on the date.
What was she wearing? This bride?
It wasn't. It was a very. We had a very nice time, but it wasn't. It was
How'd
very
she look?
uneventful.
How'd she look, Artie? Give me the bottom line.
It's funny. She looked like she's from Iowa. I didn't realize she grew up in Iowa, and she moved to St. Louis because it was.
Look at her! Look at that picture.
I mean, see what you're saying is such an insult to Dana. Like,
no,
right
it's
there.
not. You guys don't get along.
You're fucking nuts.
I'm looking for you. It's not an insult to Dana.
Stop looking for me because you're aggravating the shit out of me.
No, listen to me, Artie. Artie, look at me. I swear I don't mean any offense. You guys you're telling me every day you come in here, you guys are fighting on the fucking phone.
I'll guarantee you one thing, Artie.
Yeah.
That a picture of you and Dana wouldn't look like that.
Yes, it would.
Dana would have this worried look.
I have 5 of them from the other night. Where that look just as good.
She doesn't look
just as good.
As innocent and hopeful as that.
And I'm telling you, it's me. It's not the woman, it's me. Within months, she'll have this broad. Will have a bunch of shit she'll complain about too.
So you should never.
Broads do is complain about shit.
So you should never go out with any girl again.
Maybe you're right, guy.
You're very negative about yourself. I don't like to hear this. You just came off a big night at Carnegie Hall. Now you're back in the slums.
I was going to say, how could Artie be negative?
I'd love to marry Carnegie Hall.
What are you eating?
Stay there. Cookies.
That's what he's eating.
You know what's funny about that picture,
Famous
Howard?
Amos, number 146.
Marry Famous Amos.
You know what's funny about that picture?
I don't do interracial.
You know how people send us photoshops of Artie? When Artie was 260, that was the Photoshop picture that they sent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'll be quiet. Leave Artie alone.
Not my kind.
All right, so let
me tell you about the date.
Well, first of all, like I said, she's from Iowa, and she moved to St. Louis. She really is she's a sweetheart. She's wonderful.
Nice girl.
But she bought this new dress for the date, which is a very conservative dress, and she really looked cute. I mean, she looks like that's like she looks like a chick
nice.
unaffected by New York, and I bought her a new dress for the date, and it was funny. Like during the date, I mentioned I drove her home with Isaac and the crew in the back seat, and we were behind a garbage truck, and she said, she wanted to like jokingly yell at the guy to move, and I said, don't do that because of the mob. And she goes, what are you talking about? She didn't know the garbage is run by the mob. I thought that was the cutest thing ever. She goes, the mob runs garbage? I'm like,
but she knows nothing.
She goes, why would they want that business? I'm like,
you could teach her a lot.
well, anyway, but we had drinks at my place.
Oh,
it was a nice.
Yeah, but you brought it to the Artie's lair.
She came over. Yeah, I didn't feel like going out.
Oh my goodness!
The laziness is starting already.
So so now she knows where you live.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's gonna like.
No, but that's great.
That's in your apartment.
Then now she can come visit you.
That's in my apartment.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the terrace.
She can come visit you. Smart. That's a stern move if I ever heard one.
Well, yeah.
Let me show you where I live, just in case you want to come over.
Come
one
to
night.
my.
It was more
lair.
like, let me show you where I live because I don't feel like going where you live.
So you're having drinks. What does she drink?
We had yeah, it's funny. I asked her what she wanted. I had some wine and a bunch of booze, and she said, "I'll just take a beer." She actually drank a Heineken out of the bottle. And I had a Heineken, and it was a nice enough night to sit on my little terrace there. But the whole time, Isaac and the other guy. I mean, it's like
Right, you get the whole crew.
You're doing
there.
retakes of shit.
Right.
Which is just.
But that's a good icebreaker for you.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful.
No, come on, you got to admit
it was the most annoying thing ever.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
but
was
don't you think
Dana?
it's kind of an aphrodisiac? aphrodisiac for the girl to see, oh, this powerful man, even his dates are filmed. You know, he's got a camera crew.
I wish I had a camera crew at every date. You know, impress the chicks.
Well, it is good in case they try to yell out, like, you know, some sort of date rape thing.
Right. Where was Dana? Did Dana know about the date?
Yeah, everything was up in the
cool.
open and fine. She knew about it. She actually was out with her sister. Her sister took her out for her birthday.
Oh, that's what she calls that guy, her sister?
Go ahead, yes. So you had the date. You had beer and alcohol.
Yeah, so we went up there. It was a nice enough night. This is like I was telling her too. You lucked out with this trip. It's the greatest November in the history of November.
The weather was beautiful this weekend.
So we went out on my terrace, which has a view of the city with the river, and we had the beer out there. We had a nice discussion, and then she was telling me, like, you know, more about how she studied forensics in college, and now she's
a bright girl.
She is, really is. And we had a lot of fun talking, and then we went down to actually a restaurant where Robin
took her to
went.
Wayne Manor.
You know, Lua. Remember that place, Rob?
Yeah, very nice restaurant.
Beautiful restaurant on the Hudson River.
Yeah.
And I thank God my buddy owns it because we had to come in with like a fucking crew.
I love romance.
And he gave us a table all the way in the corner where we could set up the camera. And then we had this place, Lua in Hoboken. It's on Sinatra Drive. It is, actually.
Yeah, Doug described the meal to me.
Do yourself a favor. I got the pork shank, which is extraordinary. She had raviolis. I was teaching her about Gindaloon shit. It was fun.
Oh, this is from Isaac. At dinner, Artie ate a good amount of food. They both started off with a big bowl of lobster bisque. Then they shared appetizers, shrimp skewers, quesadillas, and a tuna dish. I thought they were
goodness.
I thought they were done after eating the appetizers because the bisque combined with the appetizers was a lot of food.
It was.
Then Artie's entree arrived at the table. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen. It was a giant roast pork shank.
You know what it looked like when Fred Flintstone gets the giant rib on the beginning of the Flintstones?
He throws it on the back and it tips the car.
That's what it looked like.
It looked like something you see at the king's table in the Middle Ages. It was a huge piece of roasted pig on a bone over a bed of rice.
Fantastic.
They led a pig over to the table.
I asked the owner how much food it was. He said it was over 2 pounds with the bone.
Wow.
We, of course, have a full Howard TV special of Artie's date. Stephanie ordered a ravioli dish. For dessert, they shared... Listen to the amount of... Oh, here they are. There they are eating.
Look at Artie.
Look at Artie.
Tearing off that meat off the
Look at that
bone.
shrimp.
Man, no wonder she's in love with you. Look at you.
I look like a bear.
You gotta see this.
I look like a bear.
Yeah, look. Oh.
Yeah, they say they're bears in Jersey.
And then I stole one of her raviolis.
Let me hear. Let's see. Artie, what's that you're scooping onto your plate?
That's guacamole with the quesadilla.
Oh, my goodness.
After your big lamb shank?
This place is like a... Look at the size of that. That's the lamb shank.
Holy shit.
No, that's a pork shank.
Pork shank.
It looks like a ham.
Dude, the other half of that was the sandwiches during the Giant game, by the way.
Dude, let me ask you a question. When you eat that much food,
I enjoy
don't you get
myself.
super gassy? Like it's hard to be on the date because you got to shit and fart and everything?
Not immediately on the date. I mean, the next day is kind of rough, but...
Oh, hey, and also, while I'm all over the place, I do want to clear something up. I went to see Artie at Carnegie Hall.
Right.
I went out to dinner beforehand, before Artie's show. I was with Ross and Melissa. Mm-hmm. So at, I don't know, I made sure to pee before I left, you know?
Yeah.
So I get to the show, and I say to the guy, I'm just nervous because I don't know how long the show's going to be. And I figure, well, maybe I'll pee again. So Ross and I, we say, is there a bathroom? We walk in, and it's the public bathroom. It's where everyone goes from the audience. I take one step in, I say, oh, my God. The whole audience is here. Everyone's screaming my name.
This is at Carnegie Hall.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone's screaming. No, it's fine. Everyone's screaming my name and everything. So I go up. I was going to walk in a stall and pee. Within 2 seconds, some guy was shitting in there. It was so bad, it was wafting. So I just turn around and leave.
That was me, by the way.
And Ross and I leave, and some guy yells out, "Hey, Howard, you're the one who fucking stunk up this place or what?" Next thing I know, 2 people now are going around writing us emails saying that I took a shit at Artie's Carnegie Hall.
If you walk into a bathroom and it stinks, it's your shit.
It's my problem. So
that's so funny.
Now I find myself defending myself. No, I wasn't. First of all, I'd rather die than shit in a public bathroom,
Don't you think
especially around all my fans.
Don't you think the entire audience knows that?
Yeah.
I mean, you would never.
Well, I just was accused by 2 people because you never smelled whatever came out of this guy's ass is definitely illegal in this country.
I like to know that my fans are relaxed enough to shit at the concert.
Oh my God, there was such shitting going on before your concert.
That's great.
Incredible.
Howard, do you want to?
What about when you eat a pork shank like that, and appetizers, and lobster?
And let me ask one thing. Have you ever heard of bite size?
No. I like that play Gemini. Take human bite.
I can tell you didn't care about impressing this chick. It's like you're using your fingers and you're in there and the shank.
That's every date in the history of my. That's me at the prom. You want video of that?
Stuck the entire bone in his mouth and pulled it out with no meat.
That's how you eat.
Would you eat that much on a real first date, or would you be on good behavior?
I've eaten that much on other first dates.
You have?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Howard,
what the fuck? Why
hide it?
Yeah. Why give false
respect that.
advertising?
I respect that. I can't stand heavy people who don't eat in front of anyone.
Well, the appetizers too were so big that I didn't actually finish the whole thing. I took it home and I did. I made sandwiches during the drive.
Well, yeah, it says here Artie couldn't finish all of his pork, although it looked like in that thing he did. So he took it home. He also took Stephanie's leftovers home with him.
Yeah. She didn't want the ravioli, so I just throw it all in there.
Yeah. Artie drank only one beer the whole night. A fan came over to the table and bought Artie a whiskey and water. But Artie took one courtesy sip and didn't touch the rest of the drink.
Oh, nice.
A lot of Artie's stories on a date revolve around food. He talked about @𝗦𝗵cie𝘄, a BLT he ate in St. Louis, Lombardi's Pizza in New York, and how his mom makes great sandwiches.
All his experiences are food.
I mean, on a real first date, would you make a doggy bag and take it home?
No.
No, me neither.
No.
Oh, what the fuck? I mean, I don't know.
When Artie drove Stephanie back into the city, he was pointing out landmarks along the trip, but they were all restaurants. He pointed out Magnolia.
What's in New York? Restaurant.
He pointed out Magnolia Bakery, John's Pizza, Caliente Cab Company, Mexican, and Katz's Deli.
We went up. I took her up Bleecker Street. That's bull. First of all, Isaac, that's
you can
bullshit.
hear all that.
It's on tape. I showed her where Dylan played his first gig in New York, the bitter end. I gave a lot of music history. Fuck it. I showed her where I yelled Baba. I showed her where I yelled Baba Booey's name in 1989 in Gary's ear.
Isaac says this is
outside the back fence. It's historic now.
As Artie was leaving the apartment to go to dinner, they had finished their Heinekens, but instead of pouring them into a sink, Artie insisted on pouring the beer in cups and walking to the restaurant with the beers. Another odd, very college-like thing to do.
Wow.
I like walking drinks. If I got a little buzz going, I like to keep it going.
Isaac said the other weird thing that Artie was doing was when he gave her a tour of the place, that he was showing her the rooms, but he wouldn't turn on any of the lights.
Artie, it says here, Artie must not be used to having guests over his apartment, because when he gave Stephanie a tour of his apartment, he took her into the office and bedroom and never turned the lights on. It was kind of odd to be walking into dark rooms.
No. The lights were fine, just not for a television shoot. Isaac was like, we need more lights in here. I'm like, no, we don't. Who wants to see me in the light on a first date?
Got a good point there.
Do you want to hear any of this stuff, Howard?
Anything good?
Well, it's funny. I pulled like 5 or 6 clips, and basically,
I was sitting there. The reason I think the proof that it shows we got along so well is because it was very easy conversation. I don't think anything fascinating.
Would you? Let's say you and Dana do break up. You never know what's going to happen with you two. Would you call this girl?
See, I don't know. Here's the only thing. Like, I got the vibe that at the end that. I don't know. I mean, it's funny. Like, if I was single and I made some sort of physical move, I don't know if she would have been too responsive.
You know, we should actually have her on the phone to find out.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were going to do. You should have called her.
I'm waiting for Artie to...
I hear she's in the hospital.
I'm waiting for Artie to double on back, and about 2 months ago, Gary, give me the number of number 2 who wanted me to put my cock in.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, if I could see a scenario, Dana will dump me. I'll call this chick in a month. She'll go, no, I just wanted to get on the show. Fuck off.
No, you see,
I'll end up on a bridge with a bottle of Xanax.
I didn't get that vibe from this chick.
Well, she was. Look, we're joking around. She was very sweet, adorable, so much fun to talk to. She's only 23, but it didn't feel like talking to a younger person. She was very mature, smart, had a
Trust me, with that body, she was very mature.
She had a great sense of humor, and she looked very nice in her dress.
Was there any physical contact? Did she touch you at all?
We hugged at the end of the night and kissed on the cheek.
She didn't jerk you off?
Yeah, no, Isaac did.
Yeah.
She was naive about it. She's not dumb. She's very smart and savvy and kind of hip. But she was naive in New York in a very cute way. I found that.
That'll get old
refreshing.
quick.
Yeah, no, that's refreshing. Believe me. Yes, go ahead.
Go to Gary preview page 2. So I pulled like 6 clips, but the theme of the date, the date's very uneventful, except for the fact that it does all of Artie's conversation does revolve around food.
All right, here's Artie talking about devil dogs and White Castle.
This is in his apartment.
All right.
You always talk about devil dogs, and I've never heard of one.
I can't believe you never heard of a devil. Maybe it's just an East Coast thing, but I grew up, I couldn't imagine a world without devil dogs.
Or Tasty Cakes, I've never heard
That's a
of.
Philadelphia company, so maybe that's just the East Coast. I know they're based in Philly, but I'm almost positive. That's funny, like, you have White Castle in St. Louis. I'll tell you a story. When I was a kid, I would always eat the White Castles and look at the side of the box, and it said every city it was in. Like, so I'm doing stand-up years ago, a midnight show at the Funny Bone in St. Louis, and I'm on stage. It's like 1 a.m. and I'm starving. I can't even think about my shit jokes. I'm just thinking about how the fuck am I going to eat? Because it's not New York. Nothing's open.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember as a kid on the side of the White Castle box, it said St. Louis. And I went, hey, is there White Castle here? And the place you would have thought I was like Springsteen going into Born to Run. They went, White Castle. And I said, can anybody give me a ride? And these 4 guys in the front row gave me a ride to White Castle.
You just went with some band?
Yeah, I do that a lot.
That girl had to be impressed. Wow, Artie went to St. Louis and was at White Castle.
It was great.
What is it, guys?
Artie's just about to give the menu what he had at White Castle.
Oh.
We went and I got like 10 double cheeseburgers and a shake, and I fell asleep in my hotel room. The Adams Mark in downtown St. Louis with cheeseburgers on my chest. That's how I woke up.
Hot.
That's got to turn a girl on.
What a picture.
Just being up front, honey.
Go ahead, Isaac.
She really liked Artie. I mean, she said in a couple of years she's thinking about moving to New York.
Is that right?
Yeah. So.
She said less than that. She loves New York City and wants to move.
So
here.
he's insane, right? I mean, she liked him.
Howard, what is insane about me? I have a girlfriend.
No.
What is
You're
insane
that you think that the girl. No, forget that. I'm not
all
talking
about that
You've
shit.
got a
You have
vibe,
such a bad fucking self-image.
I do, but not enough to where I would not call her. If I was single, I would totally give it a shot.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you know.
So she's going to wait a couple of years. Artie won't be alive in a couple of years. She's got to move to New York now.
That's the other thing I told her. I said, you're 23. I said, think about it. I'm 39. I said, do you really want to be changing my diapers in 10 years?
She loves New York, and she really likes Artie.
Now, what's the second?
It sounded like
10.
she knew all about you.
All right, here's Artie talking about how he...
God, I hate hearing a playback of one of my dates. This is a nightmare.
What is this, where Artie takes food home?
Yeah, this is where he wraps up his stuff, her stuff. But wait, there's a great moment here. It's more visual. But they're wrapping the stuff up, and they say, is it okay to take her plate? And before they take it away, or goes, give me one of those, he takes a ravioli off and eats it.
You know what it was like? Remember the dinner date in Beer League? We had a thing where the guy brings out 2 entrees, and they were both for me. And we thought that was a joke, and I'm listening to this. That's exactly what I do.
By the way, pictures of Artie's date are on howardstern.com, so if you want. But here he is. Here's Artie making sure to take home food.
This time, I'll take this home if I want to be really obnoxious.
I would take it home.
Just a bunch of bread. It's like sandwiches for the Giant game tomorrow.
Yeah.
A good rye bread with it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, you talked me into it.
Yeah, you gotta take it home.
Hey, Jace, could you actually wrap this up for me to go? And I think, well, she's not done yet, but yeah, I'll take.
I'm done.
You sure? Wait, I'm gonna steal one more. I love it. Just, yeah, you could throw all of it on. You want this too?
No, you have it.
Throw it all in there in one bag. The whole thing. And then the dessert menu. Check it out.
You took home bread so you can make sandwiches for the Giant game?
No. What happened was I would get the rye bread at the bakery myself. I didn't take the bread home, but she had about 3 raviolis left. And when she said she was done, I said, I think I'll grab one more.
Wow.
But
then you took the other 2, right?
Are you up to 300 pounds yet?
Then I took the other 2.
Get on that scale.
I'm not.
What do you weigh?
I'm not 300 pounds.
You're
From that
293.
dinner alone, come on.
Maybe later. You'll want it later because I'll be eating more.
All right.
I'm just a little.
Now, what does the next clip say,
You're
Howard?
still too exhausted.
Well, then we
candy
had
store.
we had the chocolate molten. Oh, the candy store in St. Louis.
So Artie now tells a story about when he was in St. Louis. He went to this candy store, took a tour, but it's all about food.
Crown Candy. A few years ago, I announced on the show, I was watching the Food Network, and I saw some candy shop that makes homemade chocolate shakes in East St. Louis with
Crown Candy Kitchen.
Yeah, Crown Candy. Okay, so I
Yeah.
see a whole special on that, right?
Yes.
And I
that's
noticed that 3 weeks later I had a gig in St. Louis, so on the air I said, man, I was watching the Food Network and I saw this Crown Candy place in St. Louis and I can't wait to go to try it out. We talked about it for like an hour. My gig sold out in like 10 minutes. I went to Crown Candy when I got to St. Louis to eat. The place was mobbed with Stern fans.
Really?
It was so funny. And I ate like a big cheese. That was so good though. I had a bacon BLT sandwich. Like,
Yeah.
most perfect BLT, perfect amount of bacon, lettuce, tomato, and then a big fat chocolate shake.
Yeah.
And the guy knew I was coming, the owner, and he took us in the back and gave us a tour of the chocolate. He let me dip a spoon in the chocolate.
Oh, really?
Oh, it was so good.
Wow.
You talk about candy, how Jeff the Vomit Guy talks about vomit. I mean, you're just in love with it.
We all have our fetishes.
What am I, the crazy one? The chocolate, make your own chocolate.
I like chocolate.
Wow,
I don't
boy,
get
oh
it.
boy, this is some date.
Is this a usual date? Like all this food
Yeah,
conversation?
they're usually this pathetic, absolutely.
This
is bullshit. This is pulling the fucking. We talked about
Bakery,
live
pizza
shit.
tour.
Okay, so this is great. So Artie's in the car now. He's driving her back, and he may have pointed out other landmarks, but this is what I heard.
All right.
Now we're Magnolia Bakeries around here.
Ooh, I love the cupcakes.
Yeah, where we just passed it. And, oh no, there it is. That's it. It's always a fucking line, no matter what time. That's a good pizzeria right there.
That's
And
good.
Did you ever hear John's Pizza? Did you ever hear people talk about that? There's like a few of them. That first one, I think it might
That's
be
the one you
still-
said to go to, right?
No, that was the one I was talking about was Uptown. But the restaurant is Frank's. Remember I said,
Oh, Frank's.
Don't forget that 2nd and 5th, Frank's.
Oh, yeah. And then here's Artie finally capping off the night with Katz's Deli.
That's a good one. Wow. Katz's is a legendary Jewish deli in New York. I was telling Steph, she's always thinking about new places to eat in New York. Go absorb all the booze at the end of the night with a pastrami from Katz's.
I love
It's
pastrami.
unbelievable pastrami. So check that out. That's a new place you can try.
If she had said to you right then and there, let's go get a pastrami, could you have done it?
At that point, I don't know. Might have been.
That would have been rough.
Katz's is good enough to wear, maybe. Yeah.
Well, there you go. There's a lot of people who want to. I mean, I am running late here. I do have to take a break, but a lot of people do want to comment on Artie's date, and let's hear what they have to say. Eric the Midget, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Artie. I heard a few minutes ago Robin make a comment about your pork shank coming to the table. She said that why they let, or how they let that pig at the table. Well, they let you there. You're a pig.
Eric, nice.
Oh, wow.
Eric's been trying out some roasting jokes.
All right, Eric, thank you. Way to put down Artie, man. You're really on fire today.
You're killing me.
Yeah.
I mean, stop it. I'm gonna cry.
All right, let's go to Ken. Ken, you're on the air.
Hey now, how you doing, Howard?
Hey now.
She's, you know what? I was on the howardstern.com. Man, Artie's date is hot.
Yeah, she's a very hot girl. Very nice girl.
Mexican and Irish, very nice combination.
And by the way, I like Dana very, very much. You know I do. I love her. So
I don't think you like anyone but yourself, but go ahead.
You might be right about that. Marianne from Brooklyn, go ahead. You know what? You're
Oh
right.
my God, Howard, this is sickening. In a couple of years, Artie will be telling us, we told you so. Artie, this thing with you and Dana's got to stop. Either get shit or get off the pot, Artie. I'm sick of hearing it. I just can't take it anymore. The girl was so nice. I saw a dial a date. You didn't even give her a chance. You're talking about food and restaurants. How boring. You think a man like you would be a little more creative on a date?
Shut the fuck up!
Siobhan,
Oh my God, shut up!
Siobhan, you're on the air. Go ahead.
They're all coming in.
Artie's after party was awesome. I went there. I met Dana. She was very nice.
Siobhan came to the Carnegie. Were you at Carnegie Hall too?
Yeah, Irish John gave me a ticket to go.
Oh.
I couldn't believe it. I had no idea.
Does Irish John have tons of money or something?
How does does he get all tickets to everything?
I think he makes a good living, but he definitely has great contacts for tickets. I've seen him at Knicks games in the second row, Yankee games. He's got contact. But I like John. John's a good guy. He's very supportive
Eric, you're on
of
the air
everything we do.
Go ahead.
Hey
now.
Hey, Artie.
Yeah.
Can I be? It sounds like you had a wonderful night.
Yeah, she's great.
I want to know, can I be your next date?
Sure. What do you want? You want a lamb shank?
Let's go to Joe. Joe in Fort Lauderdale.
Hey now, Howard.
Hey now.
Hey now, leave Artie alone, will you please? I was married to a junkie for 10 years.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. Dana's going to stay with him as long as it takes. It's her choice. If she wants to spend this much time in and out of a junkie relationship, that's her business.
All right, I'm out of it. I just wanted to know what was going on. I'm curious. I'm asking the question.
It's not just Artie's call. It's Dana's call.
That's true, too. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I do heroin for 4 months. I'm Sid Vicious
I
already.
just hate to hear the term junkie and Artie.
There's no
Come
junkie.
on.
No one's
Artie's no junkie.
I mean,
How
one's
dare
a junkie,
you?
always a junkie, basically, you know.
I just,
Sorry, Artie, I love you, but, you know
junkie,
what?
come on. I just,
He just likes
do,
junk food.
I do. Why do you say I'm a junkie? I'm just addicted to heroin, coke, and everything. God, the jokesters on this show, when will it end? They busted my chops about the date. Go figure. They said I talked too much about food and I ate too much and I probably was gassy, which is wrong. I was a complete gentleman. And Isaac and the rest of the charlatans at Howard TV edited the piece so it looked like I talked about nothing but food. I talked about museums, culture, music, some plays, my favorite Harold Pinter plays, Chekhov, and they leave in me talking about pork shanks. So fuck everybody. I had a good time, and I think the chick is hot, and she wants me, so I don't know.
Well,
That's it.
You know, what happens if things don't work out with Dana?
Then I'm calling this chick immediately, along with a whore on 9th Avenue and 37th Street I've gotten to know at a red light. And so I go, all right, and I go outside with these 3 other guys who were literally
so
like...
his only instructions were, don't get hit by a car?
Yeah.
Good job.
He said, I'll never forget it. Go, don't get hit by a car because I'll kid shit about that.
Nice guy.
And there was another guy with a speech impediment who would go out and get the breakfast. Yeah. And I'll never forget, there's another black guy, and he mispronounced my name. And he would yell out in the morning. He was trying to say Artie breakfast, but what he would say was, and this haunted me for years. He would always go, Artie breakfast.
What a scene.
And it's like, I don't want to laugh in his face with a, all right, breakfast.
Wow.
So after the first day, I'd make the mistake of telling my fucking buddies what I'm doing.
They all dropped by.
Oh, they all came by, and like my friend 70.
How long did that go on for?
I did 25 hours. So when I completed the 25 hours, I had to go back to the probation officer. And I go in there, and he goes, you're going to have to get in front of the judge again. And, but you need to, he goes, dude, you have nothing in your life. You don't have a job right now. I was getting paid under the table, and my father's business, I was doing that secretly. And he's like, you have no job. You have no college credit. You're not in college. A judge is going to really get pissed. He might give you another year. So you got to get an activity. And, you know, as a big fan of this show, I heard the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. I called up, and the guy was so nice. I told him my situation with my old man. I told him I'm broke, and he gave me a scholarship.
What?
Wow.
Like, they were so nice to me there. So he gave
so
me...
you got to go speak.
The whole thing cost me... The whole thing was $3,000, and he gave me like $2,000. So I had to come up with another $1,000. I got like a payment plan, and I had to work it off for a few years, but it was no big deal. And the school.
So when you went in front of the judge, you said, "Hey, I'm going to Connecticut School of Broadcasting."
I said, "Well, my lawyer."
They looked favorably on that.
My lawyer said he's in school right now studying broadcasting, and so I would go there and.
The young man is really straightening out his life.
The judge is thinking Northwestern University.
Right.
And
No,
you're at Columbia.
One look at me, he wasn't thinking Northwestern. But that was at the height. I mean, that's what I started to get into, you guys.
Young man's going for higher education.
That's in March of '87. March to June of '87, when I got into you guys in a way that was like, and me about 5 of my buddies, it was crazy. I mean, we listened to you guys. It was a religion with us, and I would go in there influenced by you. I was the first generation sort of influenced by you, and I'll never forget. At the end of the course, you had to do a DJ thing on the air,
right?
And the whole class is listening, and there was a deep voiced DJ guy from like Connecticut, and I introduced a Run DMC record, and all I said was, there's 3 Negroes I'd like to party with. That's what I said.
Right.
So some people giggled and everything. The guy goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. He goes, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I go, I'm just trying to be funny. He goes, never say anything racial on the air. That's ridiculous. And of course I went, hey, Howard Stern does it. He's the best there is. He's my hero. He's like, listen, this came out of this guy's mouth. He goes,
Listen, asshole.
Howard Stern is not going to be around in a year.
It's the professor.
He goes, Howard Stern is a flash in the pan. He goes, he's not, I mean, come on, don't do that. You want to make a living in this business, right? So I said, yeah. So I got through, I graduated, and you go to their job placement program. There was one job available in Wyoming.
Oh, right.
$150 a week, and but I got a degree, and the degree helped me get out of.
It's funny. I would have applied for the job in Wyoming.
Yeah, that's what we did.
I tried to get a job. It said DJ needed every week in Billboard magazine.
Right.
The same ad appears. I'm sure it's still there.
They still need a DJ.
DJs needed in Alaska. So I go, okay.
Of course,
I'll go.
everything needed. Doctors, plumbers.
And my dad explained to me I suck so bad that I'd probably need to travel. And I applied. I got nothing back.
Nothing even from Alaska.
I went to Poughkeepsie. I went to WPDH in Poughkeepsie. I applied to the Alaska radio station. I went into Camp Hill, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Well, that's where I started.
And they wouldn't even hire me there.
Oh, my God.
You know.
Really, Robin? I don't know everything about you.
Camp Hill was the worst.
Oh, yeah?
Because my sister lived there, and I figured, well, I'll live near my sister, and like, for sure they're gonna want me. I mean, who do they have? Meanwhile, the guys sounded pretty good. I heard the radio.
Yeah, they had some pretty professional guys there.
Don't you think struggling like that just builds so much character in a way, though?
Yeah, it does.
Well, yes, you never struggled, and look at you.
But in a way,
I never struggled. I'm one of the examples of I struggled and it did nothing for my character.
Teasing you.
The funny thing is that I got a letter from a guy the other day. He goes, Dear Mr. Stern and the rest of the Howard Stern Show, my name is so-and-so. I'm a student at blah, 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 and I host a show at the radio station every Friday night. And he goes, my show is the safe harbor period the FCC allocates, allowing for explicit lyrics. I forgot this guy's still on the phone, but listen to this. So the guy evidently went on the air and started doing a discussion about alternate methods of sexual protection. Talked about how they could substitute Saran wrap with duct tape at the base of a condom and, all kinds of weird shit like that. And he's like, hey, man, this really sucks. He goes, I got suspended, and you're my hero, and I think civil liberties have been violated as a result.
Wow.
There's talk of reinstating the safe harbor period at the station. There will indefinitely be serious limits put on what I can discuss on the air. By contacting you, I'm hoping you can find the time in your schedule to call into my show and give your opinion. This kid would hate my opinion. My opinion would be, I'd like to call this kid and go, listen, asshole. What do you think? I just got on the air and was able to say all kinds of weird shit?
But you got fired from your college station.
Yeah, but that was...
So take your firing.
But it was original back then. I mean, this guy, what he's got to do, and the guy at the Connecticut School of Broadcasting was probably right in saying to Artie, listen, before you get in the fucking clown car, be an acrobat, you know? I mean, get on the air, do it. Let me see you do it straight.
Artie's a genuinely funny guy.
Yeah, but
that dude didn't recognize Artie's skill.
No, believe me.
That's the problem.
Thank you, Robin. That was the nicest thing anyone ever said.
Hey, I recognized your skills.
You did, brother. God bless you.
All right.
But people ought to try figuring out who they're talking to sometime.
Because every guy at the college radio station thinks they're funny. Now they're going to get on and do the Howard Stern Show. And it's like, you know what? Slow down a little bit. You can play by the rules a little bit.
I told you, the guy at my broadcasting school said the one thing you need to do, Robin, is get rid of that laugh.
Oh, really? Yeah, right. Okay.
Well, he's right. It's a little much.
The most recognizable laugh in the history of broadcasting.
Let me tell you, a lot of people have said that.
But yeah, so you think that would be interesting if the Howard TV films that? That would be funny,
definitely.
right? Yeah.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to say to these kids?
I gotta figure it out. I don't know. I also found out I'm going into my high school Hall of Fame. Me and Ray Liotta.
Whoa!
Wait a second.
What are you gonna do? It's
So
like
are
I
you
gotta
the
figure.
commencement speaker at the Connecticut School of
I
Broadcasting?
have no. I mean, I graduated. There wasn't a formal graduation.
Yeah.
I might just go and talk to a class. But anything's funny. Me trying to give people advice.
Yeah, I wonder what you're going to say to them.
I mean, the route I took is just sheer luck. It's like a fucking
Lang.
angel was on my shoulder guiding me.
Lang, here are your students.
Right, exactly.
The news yesterday of you breaking up with Jim Florentine, or Jim breaking up with you in this case, touched a lot of people.
You know what? There was an outpouring of love to me that was just so amazing yesterday. I really, I just got so much wonderful support and input. It was mind-boggling. I was really surprised.
People felt
It
bad.
felt good to know that so many people cared.
People did care. In fact, someone came up to me and said, I was listening to the show, and I felt really sad when Robin told the news. Because she was happy, and they were upset. You know, they didn't want to see you get upset.
Aw.
Although you put on a very good face.
Here we go with the good face again. I'm not putting on any face. You saw me immediately after the show. What was I doing?
You were almost in flight. You were singing. You were carrying on. No, you seemed fine.
No, but I'm talking about not after the show. You saw me later in the afternoon.
Some people have said to me who are closer to you.
Who's closer to me than you?
I don't know. A lot of people. Some people have said that, in fact, the truth is you are not as happy about it as you seem.
I'm not. Who would be happy about it?
Right, but
They're confused.
some people have said to me I should worry about you.
They always say that.
No, some people have
Yes.
said that this is actually not.
They're
The
always
hunky-dory story,
telling
Robin.
you this stuff about me because I don't react the way other people do to things. And you've heard this over and over in our lives, that you should worry about Robin, and I'm still here and I'm still fine.
Yeah, but I heard some things.
What things did you hear now? Go ahead.
Heard
Go
you,
ahead.
No, I heard. I'm not going to say them.
Come on, tell me who said it.
No, I heard that you were very upset in private.
With who? I
About
don't
your
talk to
situation.
anybody.
No.
Who did you talk to?
No, when I'm mining.
Again, mining.
Actually, your breakup came up not only in the email. I'll read you some of the email, just so you can be aware of it. Most of it was very, very sweet. And now I don't even see it.
You got rid of it.
This is Email Monday. That's why I see
I
it.
have to say, even Ralph left me the sweetest voicemail.
Yeah, Ralph told me he was upset when he heard. He don't want to see you hurting.
No, but it was so un-Ralph, It was just, he let his guard down, and he just was really so sweet.
Wow, the biggest news of the day, Robin and Jimmy break up. Robin on the market again. Can I Bronski her? Now Jim can go back
He's
to...
got tits.
Now Jim can go back to showing his balls all the time, having the waiter and waitress put tons of pepper on his food and fart all the time, etc. Here's another one. I hope you aren't too sad. Breaking up sucks. Lots of good wishes. See, most of them were like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Here's another one. Fuck Jimmy Florentine. We got your back, Robin. We love you. Robin, let that motherfucker go fuck himself. I only blame you for dating that asshole. Robin, please don't date anyone from the show.
I won't date any more assholes, I promise.
And Jim, go fuck yourself and you're useless.
What?
And Jim, go fuck yourself
You useless, no talent bitch.
Aw.
See, people
you
are
know what?
attacking
The
him.
thing that I really thought yesterday was I hope people are calling Jim because this wasn't easy for him either.
I know.
And
I like
hope
Jim.
he's getting support because.
No need to attack Jim.
Yeah.
I've been a listener for about 20 years, and I have to tell you that I was deeply moved by your revelation of the ending of your relationship with Jim and the class and poise you exhibited throughout. You are an amazingly strong and honest woman, and I admire you greatly for your honesty in dealing with this obviously painful conversation. By the way, you'll feel much better if you whip out your sweater puppies and flash those golden bozos at the camera.
Really?
Yeah. So this guy says the key to you feeling better is to show us your titties.
Let me try that and see if I feel better.
I would love it. And then there's a whole bunch of other topics here in the email. One of them was 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄.
Oh, yes.
The guy who came in and was in jail for 28 years, even though he was innocent. And actually, a lot of them were very, very cruel.
Really?
Tell this whining cunt to grow up and be a man. Wow.
Whining?
Wow, I was in jail for no reason. Bullshit. That's what it says here.
Oh, my God.
That's got to be a kid kidding around.
That's crazy.
Howard, why didn't you ask 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄 if he knows anything about these murders? I listened to this segment, and this guy has never said he knows nothing about it. He just said he didn't do it. I think he's full of crap. There's just something not right with his story. Also, I believe he was never found innocent. The ruling was just overturned. I don't believe a word coming out of his mouth. So some people don't believe.
Did we do any research?
I don't think so, but, you know.
So we don't know. We were taking his word.
I was moved by the story of Michael and Becky Pardue. I gladly send them a few dollars if there's a fund we can contribute to. So this person actually felt for them.
Yeah, but they weren't trying to collect money.
Yeah. Here's another supporter. The wrongfully accused man is described being an accurate picture of the Alabama justice system. The former Democratic governor was wrongfully accused of crime and went to prison until the federal court stepped in and released him.
Yeah, I think that was profiled on 60 Minutes.
Let's see. And this one says, Howard, how in the fuck can you give this 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄 asshole 1 minute of airtime? Don't you dumb shits do an ounce of research on your guests?
No.
He comes in and claims he's innocent, and you pussies believe every single word of bullshit that he or his hideous wife have to say. He gets away with 2 murders based on a technicality, and you immediately start kissing his ass and proclaiming that he is innocent. Shame on you and the rest of you panty wastes for believing this horse shit. So, a very controversial guess.
Yeah. Now I want to research.
I was kind of moved by the guy's story, but...
Hey, Howard?
Yeah.
The guys are telling me that someone else admitted to... someone else admitted to the crime? At least one of them, and there was DNA evidence that cleared him, so it wasn't like a technicality.
Well, because, yeah, you know, I don't know that Michael was that articulate in explaining the entire story, and also because of radio and, you know, sometimes you have to be a little bit brief. There was, you know, we talked a lot about this case, and the guys actually did find out about it.
Okay.
And I think there was really good reason to believe that this guy had been set up for 28 years, and he was a fascinating, upbeat kind of guy for a guy who had spent his entire life, from the time he was 17 years old till his 45th birthday, I think, in jail for something he didn't do. I disagree with these emails, and I think they're harsh, but, you know, that wouldn't be the first time our audience really blasted someone.
Right, that's what I said, that would fascinate me, knowing what they thought about us handling such a topic on the show.
Many people wrote in and said, I sounded like I was in a shitty mood on Monday. Says, Howard sounds like he's on his period this morning. Ask him if he needs a tampon. I can bring one in. And let me say this.
What? I don't remember you being particularly bitchy yesterday.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll be honest. I'm in a shitty mood almost every day here.
Yeah, I mean, you were your usual self.
Yeah, I mean, I resent you saying that I was somehow on some days not in a shitty mood. I'm always in a shitty mood. I'm full of...
He was complaining because I was having a good time in the park yesterday.
Yeah.
He came across me and he was like, talk. All you do is talk. You're still talking.
Well, the reason I said that is, you got to hear this. I'm walking in the park yesterday, and I see Robin there with her friend, and they're walking in front of us. She's so busy yakking. I had been yelling stuff out to her for a good 5 or 10 minutes.
Stop it.
I was behind you forever. And my friend Pat and I are behind Robin and her friend, and I'm going, look at this. She does not even hear me. She's so busy yakking it up. I go, hey, don't you work? I yell out to her. Don't you yak it up all morning? Why don't you, why don't you shut up for a minute? So, I'm trying to be funny. And she doesn't even hear me being funny. Meanwhile, now I've yelled out and people are watching me because I'm yelling stuff out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's not going over so well, so I'm embarrassed. So finally,
You're bombing in the park.
I'm bombing in the park. So I finally get up to Robin and I say, yeah, don't you yak it? And she turns around and sees me. And then I was annoyed.
I was like, geez, I can't get away from this guy. Now he's complaining about me talking in the park.
Well, I thought you were walking again, but I saw you ran.
Yes, I did.
She has on the running outfit, and then she goes for a walk.
I put on my walking shoes and then run.
And my friend Pat corrected me. He said, that's good. If she's walking, running, whatever she's doing, it's good.
Thank him.
So didn't she just say she looked good?
Put
so I said,
you
yeah,
in your
she
place.
does. I love the fact that you got on the air and said he broke up with me.
Well, that was what happened.
Wow.
Sometimes people don't manage to make it, and one or the other leaves, and it's always this thing about the woman supposed to do the breaking up.
Yeah, you made a really good point yesterday. I don't like when guys do that. And I have to admit I've been guilty of it.
And I said, it dishonors the good times if you start fucking a person, in a bad way, just to make them break up with you at the end of the relationship. Just say you want to go.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good point you made. And I think I've been guilty of that, but I think I've matured somewhat. Mm-hmm. I don't think I handled myself like that in recent years.
Uh-huh.
Where, as a guy, or maybe even girls do this too, you start to act so fucked up so that the other person wants to break it off.
Right.
You almost act like...
you actually start mistreating the people who you
care
were,
about you. Yeah.
happy with a few weeks or months ago.
You start doing heroin,
Yeah, you do silly things and mistreat them, and that's not a good thing to do.
Yeah, that was pretty cool the way you said that, and I admire that you brought that up. So in other words, and you said, hey, you don't need to do this. Just tell me how you feel.
I was like, what do you need me to throw you out?
Right.
I'm not doing that. You have to say, I have to go, or I need to go, or I want to go. But you have to say it.
Yeah. Guys do that too much. You put on a whole fucking charade.
Right, because you might... actually have some information that the woman needs instead of just going around doing silly things or making up reasons. Be honest.
It makes you doubt your reality.
Well, not only that, it's just that the whole relationship is based on honesty, and all of a sudden you start, lying or making up things or trying to change reality in order to get out of it,
Yeah, and then you start to think you're crazy. You go, you'll say, hey.
What was I doing here?
Or you start to go, well, are you giving me signals? And the guy will go, no.
Right.
And all of a sudden you go, oh, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm fucking crazy.
Or, he's going through something. I guess it has nothing to do with me.
Right. You just want to know.
Right.
As a woman, you're saying to guys, look, if you're going out with us, if
we ever had a good time, don't dishonor it by now making it a bad time. Just say the good times are gone. Love you, babe. See ya.
You're so right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And I think a lot of guys can relate to this because we've all been guilty of it.
Sure. Well, I'm sure women have done it too. But the point is, you don't have to do that. You want to go. You don't have to soften it up and have her tell you, you have to get out.
You've never played games like that?
No.
Look at you. You are a woman. Hear you roar. Yeah, you're right. I admired your message yesterday. I think that's why people were very sympathetic, because you didn't bullshit anyone.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. I believe you will be triumphant. La, la, la. As a matter of fact, good news is just around the corner for you. You said on the air, and I don't know how serious you are about this, that you really want to fuck a 25-year-old.
I think she's serious.
I don't know.
If I found the right 25-year-old, why not?
Well, because I know you need to feel a connection in order to be with
Well,
the guy.
that's why it'd have to be the right one.
All right, but you wouldn't be. So a guy sent me some pictures of himself in a little
Here
note.
we go with the pictures.
Well, all right. You want to see what the guy looks like or not?
Sure, I'll look.
After hearing Robin's breakup proclamation today about needing a 25-year-old following her breakup with Jimmy Florentine, I felt I had to throw my hat in the ring. I'm a 25-year-old who lives and works in Manhattan, 2 blocks from Sirius, which would be convenient for you to fuck. You after the show, you could get over there, fuck them, and then leave.
And leave.
Yeah. I have a great job as a software developer for a well-known firm. I'm 6'2", 185 pounds, blonde hair and green eyes. I went ahead and attached a few pictures of myself that I hope Robin will take an interest in. I would love to take her out to lunch or dinner and hopefully have a great time.
Well, he's starting off right.
I'm sure Robin will get plenty of emails like this one, but I hope this will rise above the rest, especially since I work right around the corner. And then he signs his name. Let me take a look. I haven't even seen.
Convenience is everything.
Based on the description, Robin, did you like the way Larry Bird looked on the Celtics?
Here is a picture. Here's the first picture.
Oh, he's kind of cute.
All right.
From what I can see.
All right.
And a sort of...
It's like Heath Ledger.
You know what he looks
like? Like a Heath Ledger.
You think? I was thinking more of that guy from American Idol.
It's Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest.
Here's another picture from a different angle. You can take a look at that.
Oh, very all-American.
All-American looking.
Yeah. He looks like a gay guy.
That's what America looks like.
And finally, in this picture, I believe he looks like, and I'm not making a joke, that Beckham character, the soccer player.
David. Oh, yeah.
There's some resemblance there.
He cut a girl out of that picture.
Could be his sister. Could be his sister.
I doubt it.
Well, he's a good-looking kid. Looks
Not
like
that I'm looking for a relationship with a 25-year-old,
Could
but
be
I
Heidi
just think
Fleiss.
that's funny that he cut the girl out.
Well, he does seem like an interesting candidate. I don't know what you want to do about it. If you want me to march him in here, I will.
March him in here?
Yeah.
What have you got to do with him?
I'll march him in here.
He said he was willing to come in.
You want him to come in?
Sure, why not?
You do. All right. See, I knew those pictures would work. Gary, book this gentleman. See if there isn't a love connection. Or just a fucking connection. Or something. Well, I just don't want guys to, come in here and fuck you randomly.
Oh, really?
We have to have some kind of screening process. If people are going to be having sex with you.
I see.
If we're going to be giving you away on the air.
That's true.
Well, this guy certainly looks like he's got the look that turned you on. You lit up, I have to say.
I did not light up. Stop that.
Right. Anyway, Lisa G is here. Speaking of working women.
And speaking of attractive work.
Who's more attractive than Lisa G? And she has a job. So there you go, Lisa
she's
G.
She's keeping her job.
She's keeping her job.
Thank you. Yes, I am. I love working here.
Good.
Does Mark Consuelos, did he put you on a deadline for your vows?
No, he hasn't really discussed that with me. He's just going to marry us.
Well, how do the vows get presented? Have you worked that all out yet?
We have not.
All right.
I don't think any of it will be worked out. I think it'll all be ad lib. I don't think it's all that thought out. It's not choreographed.
Did you get a hold of Shanghai Kate?
Thanks for the phone number. I haven't called her yet, but I will. Yeah, I got to go get that tattoo.
And you're going to get the tattoo before the ceremony?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, I am, Robin.
So when are you getting the tattoo?
I was going to go this week, but I don't think I'm going to have time.
I just, anything could happen. I'd wait until after.
You know what, though? I don't even care. Like, if I had the bee on me and then, like, let's say Beth and I break up, or Beth stopped running and got fat, and I can't marry her.
She didn't keep a career.
Right, she doesn't keep her career. I would just keep the B on there almost as like a reminder of something. It would be like, I've kind of worked that out in my head that the tattoo, I'm all about the tattoo. And let's say it doesn't work out. You know, let's be realistic. Let's not be assholes and think that, you know, my marriage is destined to work out. It stands the same test that all marriages do.
Any other, yes.
You know, who knows? I mean, Beth could wake up a year from now and go, I need to have a baby. That's it. We've already decided divorce because I ain't having a baby. I love that woman, but I'm not having a baby. I don't, because I would stop being in love. I'd be miserable. I'd be tortured.
You would. You
Yes.
would literally stop being in love.
I would.
Well,
I told you that.
That sounds like a choice to me.
Yeah.
It's not a force. It's a choice.
A choice. I will have to be out of love with her. I would just say, I'm out of love with you. That's
you
it.
really think you could do that?
Yes, I do.
I think you're silly.
You don't think so, Lisa?
You'd be a great dad.
I was a great dad.
He is a great dad.
You know what I mean? To a new baby.
I don't even know that I'm a great dad. You'd have to ask my kids that. I don't know if they think that.
They're no judges.
Yeah, I know. You know what? As a matter of fact, they don't even know how good a dad they have.
That's right. They are no judges.
Yeah. They probably tell you I was a shitty dad.
They won't know for years yet.
Yeah.
They have issues.
Yeah.
Everyone has issues.
Right.
You got to drive down that street we were on in Afghanistan. Yeah, he's a good dad.
I'll tell you what. I know one thing as a dad. This is the only thing I know about myself, and I can say this with 100% confidence. I care.
That's right.
That's it.
That's the main ingredient.
Right. I care, damn it.
About what?
I care about them. I care how they are doing.
I know.
I'm telling you. I mean, what other prerequisite?
Is the primary
Am I perfect?
ingredient.
Do I know every fucking answer? Do I know what to do? Do I know?
I doubt if you had very many answers at all.
But I do care what happens to them in life.
This discussion helped me, though, because it made me think of a joke for the toast.
Thank you.
Which I'm writing.
Write all of it down, please. Don't forget anything.
He's working on his deadline, too.
3 girls, that's tough.
It's definitely a challenge. And the fact of the matter is that I've gone through it, and Beth knows this about me, and I have had my fill of it. In other words, I feel full from it. In other words, I've eaten a big meal.
You've had it.
Yeah.
You're satisfied.
I've had 50 Big Macs, 100 fries, and 30 Big Cokes.
You've had 6 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
That's right. I'm as bloated as 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍.
But as I found out, there's always room for more.
Yes, you did.
Is that Jell-O on that plate?
But look at the problems it's given you. So there you go.
You're saying one more might give you a heart attack?
Well, let me, just by, you woke up one day and the baby was already there. Like you were not aware of how it got there.
Right.
So you're going to want Beth to kidnap a baby?
Jesus. I like my life the way it is, honestly.
I'm just saying, you would not, if the baby got here, you would have to take care of it.
No. I would
You
not.
would
I would say,
abandon
Beth,
the baby?
Well, I would financially take care of it, and I would have to say goodbye.
Yeah, you
because
can't live with it.
I've told Beth I cannot deal with having a kid. And she knows that about me. And she says she doesn't want children. I believe it. I'm taking her at her word.
Yes, but my point is that you could do it.
I could do. Listen, I could go to prison for 50 years and
No,
get
you
through
couldn't.
it.
You couldn't. You
I'd
couldn't.
probably crumble.
You couldn't do that at
I'd
all.
probably go insane in jail. And you know
I hear
what?
these stories like that guy's story yesterday. I would die. I
Yeah.
would just die.
Yeah, me too.
I could not do it.
Well, now you know how I feel about having a kid.
No, stop.
It's enough. Listen, when I had my 3 kids, I was super motivated. I was like, I want more kids. That was it, though. I mean, I was done. I mean, that's enough. Like, Beth even sometimes starts talking about a second dog.
I know. She keeps saying she's going to have more dogs, more
I know,
animals.
And I kind of go, oh, yeah, but in the future. I mean, I like having my one dog. I mean,
right, you're a one-dog kind of guy.
I see these people. They get multiple dogs. Some of them can't handle it. They think they can. The people don't know themselves.
They can't handle it.
Well, they're not disciplined. They're not
No.
ready for this responsibility.
Dogs are a big responsibility. I'm not kidding you. I mean, we're constantly with that dog every minute.
Mm-hmm.
We
That
love her.
dog in particular with its problems.
You bet.
its
Always.
rashes. And,
No, she doesn't get rashes.
well, you got to keep her clean.
Right. Oh, that's it. Yeah, the other day I take her. She had like a. She was between her paws were raw, so I had to let her rest for a day. You know, I mean, constantly with the dog.
You know
What-
more about that dog than you do about yourself.
I do. I know everything about that dog. I know when she shits. I know when she pisses. I know when she's eating. I know everything about her. She's with me every minute.
Isn't it horrible when you go to a vet and the vet says something like, "Well, how are her bowel movements?" And you go,
And you know.
"Oh, and you got full information.
I pick them up with a bag.
you got detailed reports."
I was playing a chess game the other day, and I hear in the background. And I'm like, I can't think. Shut up.
I think when I was over your house, I kept the dog up from my snoring.
Yeah, they're good.
I gave it a taste of its own medicine.
Yeah, she quieted down for a few days.
You know,
All
but Dana used to say to me as a test, maybe she said she would beg me like, just try to like the dog. What if I let you keep the dog for 3 days, and you know maybe that'll get you used to it.
Right, get you into it.
And I had to say to her, totally serious. I said, listen, that's not a good idea because I don't think I could intentionally ever kill a dog. I don't think I could.
Uh-huh.
But I might, like, you know, leave
Accidentally?
Well, I might leave it untied next to the
Well, he's not into
You know,
dogs.
I
That's
just-
it.
well,
And
yeah.
Dana couldn't accept it. He's not into it.
And it's a
Listen,
big-
some-
You know what?
big
Can you,
fucking dog.
Do you know how many people I know who were not into dogs who are now totally in love with dogs?
Yeah.
They're assholes.
That's 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱,
That's true.
Not him.
Don Buchwald.
No, him either. Right.
That's true.
They just went crazy once
They do.
they got to know a dog, and
That's a good
now
point.
they wouldn't be without one.
Well, there you go.
Robin, what's with the kick with 25-year-olds?
What's not to love about a 25-year-old?
Isn't that a little young?
I didn't say I wanted to have a relationship with a 25-year-old.
You just want to bang a 25-year-old.
I said I wanted to have some fun with a 25-year-old.
No, what did you think of the...
A certain unnamed person was telling me a story not too long ago about once during a break in relationships having a little affair, shall we say, you know, with someone considerably younger. And even Hulk Hogan's ex has been cavorting with a 19-year-old. I'm not going that far.
That's true.
So, but they tell me there's something very interesting about it.
And you want to find out what that is.
I want to know what that is.
What do you think of the guy who wrote in today?
I don't think anything of him. We'll see when he gets
physically,
here. Physically, he looked kind of cute. I
Looked
can
like someone
see,
you want to date or be with?
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that anybody sort of looks like who you want to date. You know, it's a personality thing more than anything. So, we'll see. We'll see what he's like when he gets here.
CEO of Sirius XM Radio Inc. And the reason I'm here is to announce on Howard Stern all the details about our merger. I've always told Howard that before I ever did any press the first place I would be with Howard Stern. So before I talk to CNBC today, and before I do the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal, I'm at the place I should be, which is with Howard Stern.
𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗱 is my hero, as you know. He has done incredible things for my career in radio. He's the guy who hired me in terrestrial radio. And he is the guy who just finished getting this merger put through. There's my hero. Look at him in his suit. I said, there's my hero. You're the hero of the day. You're the winner of the week. Here, Mel. Hi.
Are we on?
Yeah,
oh,
right.
What do I know about radio?
You know it all, evidently. Mel, congratulations on the merger of the new company, SiriusXM. Who came up with that name, SiriusXM?
We hired a team of about 100 people to try to figure out what we should call.
Is that true? Did you hire a lot of people to figure out what to call the new company?
Howard, have I ever hired a lot of people to do anything? No,
that's true. Now that I think about it, that's completely false. But why not give it the name either Sirius or XM? Although I started thinking about it, it's true. People know the name XM. People know the name Sirius. If you change it to a new name, you have to go out and spend millions of dollars marketing a new company.
Less of a factor than the real reason, which is if you buy a General Motors car,
right,
there's an AM button and an FM button and an XM button.
Right.
And it's in all of those cars today. The last thing we wanted to do was to make those things look obsolete. So somebody's driving in a car and they see this XM button and they say, what does that mean? And the same thing would be true if you have a Mercedes. There's the Series Dog, you know, as a button. And our goal was to make this as friendly to subscribers as possible. So there was a lot of other names that we could have gone with. But the simplest one and the best one for consumers seemed to be SiriusXM.
All right. Before we get into the particulars, as a personal, I'm interested in the human story here of the merger. What did this do to you as a person when you were waiting 18 months, sitting there and nudging and nagging the United States government, testifying before Congress? And the thing dragged on and on and on. It didn't, you know, I was angry. I was upset for you. I really was. I was incensed because it made me lose belief in the government. The government eventually did the right thing, but at a high cost. I mean, waiting 18 months slows us down. What did that do to you personally?
So I can give you the BS answer, which is it made me a better person.
No.
But that's it. No.
Give me the real answer.
The real answer is it really was dreadful. Clearly, there was no reason that this merger should not have been allowed to take place.
Right.
But even if, in fact, somebody thought it shouldn't take place, it's not that complicated. You could have sort of said,
yes or no.
Yes or no. And you could have done that real early.
I spoke to a lawyer who handles these kinds of things. He says, you have no idea how many mergers are approved where there are real questions about whether something's a monopoly. He says, and they're approved almost immediately in terms of compared to the SiriusXM deal. Why was this dragged out so long? Was it me? Did you ever think it might be me?
I thought it might be you all the time.
Right.
In part because of you, satellite radio became so visible.
Right.
And, you know, satellite radio, I mean, if you think about when you joined the company.
Right.
There were 600,000 subscribers.
Right.
Not top of mind in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
You know, certainly a lot of work was done. You know, XM had more subscribers than Sirius did at that time. And but satellite radio wasn't top of mind. Suddenly, after you joined, and after it became such big news that you were coming to satellite radio, anything involving satellite radio then became very big news. So the fact that the announcement was on the front pages of the Wall Street Journal, on the front pages of the New York Times, I had done, you know, my career about over $200 billion worth of mergers and acquisitions.
Right.
this is an unbelievably small deal, an
Right.
exciting one, and will be a big one, but not a big deal.
And for a small deal, there's an inordinate amount of attention on it.
Far more than we had. This deal took longer to do. We had more congressional hearings. There were more comments made to the government than ExxonMobil combined.
Which is unbelievable when you think about it.
Well, when you consider the impact of that merger and the amount of money it involves, yeah.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. When I think about this merger and how long it took and what it took, let me tell you something. You got very thin. Did you think this is a result of? Did it wear you down?
I will tell you this. I was on a hunger strike until the FCC. I tried everything to get this deal approved. We made some voluntary commitments. We said we would do things for minority ownership. We said we would do a whole bunch of things. And we still weren't getting it, so I decided that if I stopped eating, maybe people will pay
But
attention.
has the government overstepped its bounds? In other words, the FCC's mission, my father was talking about this yesterday on the radio, he said the FCC's mission was never to set price controls. Where do you see the government?
Or to tell somebody how to run a business.
I mean, where do you see the government doing that? They don't even tell ExxonMobil how to do this. Why don't they set price controls for gasoline?
So the standard that the FCC has for approving a merger is that the merger is in the public interest. That is a broad standard.
Right.
So the FCC now looks at mergers and says, is this a merger that's in the public interest? They never set price controls. What we voluntarily did
was set price controls.
We said, you know what? We compete with free radio. We don't want to raise our prices. As a matter of fact, if anything, we'd like to lower our prices so that we can get more subscribers. Because you would think that if you charge $14.95 instead of $12.95, you'd have less subscribers, and if you charged less money, you'd have more subscribers.
Right.
So we, in trying to get the FCC to move the process along and approve this merger finally, we said, here's what we're going to do. And we outlined some voluntary commitments that we were prepared to do. The FCC accepted our voluntary commitments and therefore said, this merger is in the public interest.
But you had two Democrats on the FCC sitting there and saying, hey, we think there should be price freezes and this kind of stuff. That sounds like communism to me.
There are two members of the FCC. They happen to be Democrats who are by the way, very nice, very smart people, but have never seen a merger in media that they would approve.
Why?
Because they believe, in general, there has been far too much consolidation in the United States in media. There's so few companies, you know, News Corp, Viacom, Disney, these few media companies own all of these assets, and therefore consolidation should never, ever be allowed. It's so bizarre that that viewpoint exists. I mean, I'm not...
Because this is capitalism. This is a way of making money. This is a way of a company staying in business. I mean...
But satellite certainly isn't, you know, the free press or the free media.
No, not at all.
But not only all of those things that you guys say, I agree with, but the consumer with the internet and all of this technologies that's out there have never had more choices than ever.
Well,
so
you know who was against this the most was the NAB. That's regular radio. Terrestrial radio was really against this. And I said, of course they're against this, because guess what? With a stronger satellite as a competitor to them, they're shaking in their boots. They're nervous that we're that good.
And Howard, I think I really do feel that I need to take some time right now to absolutely thank the NAB for their objection to this merger, because when I told the board that we were going to go ahead with this merger, so back in February of 2006, I guess it was.
Wow. Right.
7, I guess. I told the board that one of the things that would help our merger would be that if the NAB challenged our merger. And the reason for it, it would clearly demonstrate we compete with broadcasters.
Right.
We know. We in radio.
So your
know.
plan all along was saying, hey, if the NAB challenges it, it shows that we have competition.
There's no how could there possibly be a monopoly if the broadcasters are fighting it? And they spent so much money, and some of the smart people in Congress and some of the smarter people at the FCC, when they kept talking about, boy, this is going to be a duopoly into a monopoly. The more the NAB said that, the more they sort of laughed and said, come on, why are you here if, in fact, you think that these people shouldn't be allowed to combine?
Do you feel a personal vindication? Did you take this personally, the NAB going after you, everyone after you?
You were a member of that group, weren't
That's
you?
right. You were a member of that group, and now you've given them the big finger. You won versus the NAB. That's got to feel good. Come on.
I think everybody who works, for the company should feel really good because what we have accomplished, and hopefully we'll have a couple of seconds to talk about how the company looks today.
Right.
Yes.
I feel really good about it. When I was in terrestrial, old-fashioned radio, I hated satellite radio, okay? It was nowhere near. I mean, if you think about where it was.
Nothing, yeah.
It wasn't there. But you know what? I hated it.
Anything called radio that you had to sit and compete with, why would you like it?
Why would I want somebody, if you're driving in your car, I want you listening to my radio stations.
Of course.
I don't want you listening to, an iPod, and I don't want you listening to satellite radio. I don't want you doing anything but listening to my commercials on my radio station.
Absolutely.
So I was against it. I understand why they were against it. Their strategy, wasn't a particular good one to stop it, but even if their strategy were good and they did everything right instead of some of the things they did, the merger should have been allowed to happen anyway.
Did there come a time in the last 18 months that you started to feel the merger would not be approved?
I could tell you, Howard, from the very beginning until we closed the merger 8 o'clock the night before last, I had doubts that the merger would happen throughout that whole process.
So did I. In fact, Robin even said when you kind of announced that the merger, or the FCC announced the merger had been approved, Robin said to me, what are you going to say on the air about it? I said, nothing. I don't even believe. It's really happening. I think.
Do you believe it now that Mal is here?
Yeah, I do. Now I do believe it. And I see that the stock now is called Sirius XM, and that there's no more XM and no more Sirius. I understand now that it's real.
I sent you, I don't know if you even got a chance to look at it, but I sent you an email on Friday night after the merger was done.
Yes.
And you sent me one back. And then I responded to you because you were saying something like, congratulations. Right. And I said, no.
Right.
Okay, so as of last Friday night, after the FCC approved it, I still had questions. We needed to, XM, I don't want to get, it's not complicated. XM had a bunch of debt. So in this ugly market that exists, on Wall Street and finance, we, in the last week, had to raise $1,250,000,000.
Oh.
Wow.
So unless we raised that $1,250,000,000, we couldn't close the merger.
It was still in question.
How do you raise that kind of money? Where do you go?
You go to large institutions and hedge funds and investors, and you tell them that, we wanted to raise $400 million of debt. It turned out we raised $700 million, and then we needed to sell some equity, and that was very ugly because the market was terrible, and I hated the thought of selling stock at the price that it was at.
Right.
But the merger was so important because the efficiencies of the merger, the combination.
Where did you learn all of this? I mean, you used to be a salesman.
He knew nothing.
You taught me this.
I mean, where did you learn all this? I mean, you started out as a radio salesman. All of a sudden, I hear you talking
go to
like
business school, did you?
I mean, what's going on? Are you taking night classes?
So,
I mean, what did you do?
He got another degree.
All right, let me ask
barely. I don't think there was a business school that would accept me.
You sure you know what's going on? No, I mean, really. I mean, these are.
He sounds sophisticated.
This is a lot of stuff going on, raising these monies and figuring out how to do all this. But okay,
sounds like a lot of stress.
Here's the real human question: if the merger had not gone through, let's paint a different scenario. You had failed. In other words, you weren't able to achieve this, would you have left this company?
No.
You would not.
I think that would have motivated me more because there was a question in some people's minds whether or not if the merger didn't happen, would Sirius be able to survive?
Yes.
Right.
So clearly, and the answer is absolutely. I mean,
Right.
who knows, right? I mean, you know, but I truly believe that, you know, if you hooked me up to that lie detector test and asked me if, in fact, the merger did not happen, would Sirius survive? The answer would be yes.
Would XM have died?
They say not. I didn't have enough information about XM, but the CEO of XM said the same thing. I will tell you, had the merger not happened, I would have done everything possible to make that happen.
Right. To make sure they went bankrupt.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that would have been my
That's
goal.
the plan. That's the secondary backup plan.
That there was going to be only one company anyway.
So you would not have been defeated. You would not have said, that's it, I can't do this anymore. You would have stayed with the company and you would have said, I'll grow Sirius and let XM do whatever XM does, and we will see who the better company will win.
The second part was true. I'm not sure the first part. I would have felt defeated. I mean, I would have felt that, you know, I tried something, spent an awful lot of money to try to get this merger done, spent a lot of our time, you know, put our company, in essence, in limbo. You know, the stock was in limbo for this period of time. It wasn't a bet the ranch kind of a situation where the company would have failed. But, I mean, shame on me if, in fact, the merger didn't happen because I put a lot of resources to make it happen.
Things were stalled out by waiting 18 months. In other words, you couldn't even advertise as much. You couldn't sit there and go, you know, gee, I got to make my business plan. Don't you think even the consumers were confused and saying, I don't know which one to get now?
That last one is the most significant impact. What has happened at retail. So, yeah, people still bought the car, and when satellite radio came in the car, they were thrilled with it.
Right.
But the large number of people who want to go to Best Buy or Circuit City and say, I want satellite radio, would go into the store, you know, should I buy it now? Which one should I buy? Are these radios going to work after the merger? There was so much confusion in the marketplace. If you think about it, it's almost like the high-definition DVDs.
Right.
There was Blu-ray, and then there was HD DVD.
And until it got all sorted out, you didn't know what the hell to do.
So no one bought anything.
That's right.
That's exactly what happened during this merger.
Was there ever any pressure from the board? When is this going to happen? You know, because this is, you know, they're looking at you. You say, let's go do this, and now it's taken 18 months or whatever it's taken, and we're sitting around doing nothing.
So, all of the board members were there before I got there. So this is not Mel's board.
Right.
They were phenomenal. I mean, there was not one hiccup. There was not 1 minute of, throughout this whole process and everything that needed to be done, they were 100% supportive, and I really appreciated it.
And what about on a personal level? Your beautiful wife, Terry, who I adore, did she, when the word came that the merger had been approved, was there lovemaking involved? Was there a celebration? Did she put on an outfit? I mean, what did she do?
Special?
She's got to do something good for you. What happened?
I must
take
tell
us
you,
through every detail.
I must tell you.
Yes.
The beautiful Terry.
Yes.
Has always been there for me and has done everything.
But this is special.
I think as soon as the merger was announced and I got home and that I woke her up and I said, Tara, you know, the merger was just approved. She said, Mel, could you take the dog out for a walk?
Is that what happened?
So that's what happened. So that's
and on another personal level, why is 𝗛𝘄𝗿𝗍 so heavy now? What's going on with his weight?
I didn't notice.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
you
getting
know.
big.
Well, you went on a hunger strike.
He
Tim went on an eating
This has been very stressful.
We
for
all
him.
express our frustration in different ways.
That's right. So now, so you tell me Terry did nothing special for you after the merger was approved.
What about the dog? You took the dog?
I took the dog for a walk. I did pick up after the dog. So I still know what my role in life is.
When did you become such a dog person? That's the other thing. I mean, what is this with this dog? What happened to you?
Do you really want to hear this?
Yeah,
I mean, this is
what
really
happened
great.
to you?
So when I married Terry, Terry had always been a dog person. I never had a dog.
You don't like anything but radio.
Why?
Right.
What do I want a dog for?
Right.
Terry wanted a dog more than I didn't want a dog.
Right.
We adopt a dog at a shelter. So we adopt a border collie, 4 years old, named Angel. I can't believe how stupid I was for all of these years in not having a dog.
You love dogs.
I have become addicted. I have.
What is it about the dog?
One of my favorite charities are things related to dogs and animals. I can't tell you it's the fact that when I come home at night, the dog licks my face, because Terry used to do that. Okay?
I don't see her doing that anymore.
No more.
Maybe
no
we'll,
more.
you know.
I just love the dog. I mean,
You
dog
love that
sleeps in
dog.
our bed. I mean, absolutely, totally addicted to it.
And would you say the dog likes you better than Terry?
Terry thinks that. Okay.
Really, it's that good.
Yeah, but the
because
dog-
I know my dog likes Beth better than me.
Terry spends an awful lot of time, with the dog.
Right.
But I truly believe that, if there's any listeners, I mean, I hear snoring. I mean,
No,
I felt
how do
he-
you win the dog over in a sense to make it like you the best?
If
Because
you're not the one spending all the time.
When Terry's not around, I talk to the dog and tell the dog all the bad things about Terry.
and the dog seems to understand.
And the dog gets it.
And so now let's look at the future of satellite radio. Okay, where are we at? Because people
What
do
is
have
this
questions.
company now?
Okay.
All right.
Great.
What are we doing?
So let me tell you where we are today,
All right.
because a lot of people have perceptions of satellite radio, small company, things like that. If you today just add XM and Sirius together, so this is where we are today.
Today.
We are the second largest radio company in the world.
Woo!
Our revenue is $2.2 billion.
Wow.
The only radio company today that has more revenue than we do is Clear Channel.
Right.
And we're growing rapidly, and they are not. So we will become, in my opinion, the largest radio company in the world.
I always said it.
Very short period of time.
That makes them mental.
We have today over 18 million subscribers.
That's something.
The only
Well, how
company,
many people can hear us now, though?
the only company that has more subscribers is Comcast.
Wow.
We have more
Cable?
Right.
Wow.
We have more subscribers than DirecTV, more than EchoStar, more than Cablevision. So Comcast has 24 million subscribers. Sirius XM has almost 19 million subscribers.
That's impressive.
So I think the main issue of the merger, because I think the rap today on satellite radio is no longer, will satellites work? Well, we know they work. Will we be able to attract content? You're the poster child that we can attract content. Will people pay for radio? Almost 19 million people today are paying for radio.
And enjoying it.
And loving it.
Yeah.
And the satisfaction level is phenomenal. The question is, will satellite radio make money? Because it's been around a long time, and company at some point has to make money.
Right.
This merger, in essence, creates such efficiencies because we were duplicating a lot of things together. They were advertising, we were advertising, they had call centers, we had call centers, right?
All that costs money.
All of that stuff now enables us to make money. So the question now really that's left is how much money we're going to make.
Not if.
Not if we're going to be able to make money.
I like
and
this.
It's so exciting.
good.
And, I can't tell you that, do we have
Shall we
competitors?
dance?
Shouldn't Robin get topless?
Yeah, I'm up for that.
I mean, really.
You never have said that in all of these years.
You ever
How
need
dare
a
you?
reason? You've lost your mind.
Trey Jolie, Robin.
So, there's a tremendous amount of competitors out there. Obviously, when audio entertainment, is big, there's a lot of ways you can get content. There are going to be more ways you're going to get content in the future. But I can't come up with a better way, than our way. Because when you think of audio entertainment, you think of out of home, because in home, you know, though obviously a lot of people listen to audio content, you still got television and internet and stuff like that.
Got even more competition.
You got even more. So the place that was always, you know, the holy grail was in the car.
Right.
And we have deals with every single car company.
That's terrific. That is so great. I mean, that's true, because now that we're the combined company, we can do.
Under the
so,
same
in
umbrella.
answer to Robin's question,
Yes.
in answer to Robin's question about when we could be heard, so the deal closed at 8 o'clock on Monday night. I spent yesterday at XM in Washington. I'll be back at XM tomorrow.
Right.
And one of the things that we've already worked on at Sirius, and that XM has also been working on, is when our call centers, you know, when you call up, will be in a position, and our IT will be in a position to offer the best product on each other's service. So as an example, we're anxious to have your show on XM receivers.
Me too.
All of the receivers that are out there today will be able to get it. So the existing, you know, 9 million XM subscribers will be able to get it. And in early fall, we're thinking September, but it may slip to October.
Right.
But the hope is in September, your show and some other serious content will be extended and offered to XM subscribers if they want to receive it.
So if I'm an XM subscriber right now, or a Sirius subscriber, I still get the same services I get.
Nothing changes.
And then I can add to that.
Yes, you'll be able to, and the price that we announced to the FCC that we've committed to is for $4 a month. Right, for $4 additional to the $12.95, if you're an XM subscriber, you'll be able to get the Howard Stern Show and various other content that we will disclose as well. If you're a Sirius content and you want to get some of XM's content, you'll be able to do that as well. If you don't want to do it, if
You don't have to do a
you
thing.
don't have to do it. You keep everything just the way it is. If you want to do it, that'll be an opportunity.
So you always get everything you always got anyway.
There's no disadvantage of the merger. As a matter of fact, there's an advantage of the merger, because though we have never raised our price.
Right.
I mean, Sirius was $12.95 from the time we got our first subscriber to today. One of the advantages is that we have said for the next 3 years, we're not going to raise our price.
Right.
So the only increase will be some copyright royalty, which will be a very insignificant amount in years 2 and 3 of the merger. So, you know, the good news for Sirius is that, you know, we're committed to the price. They keep the same content, and there's some upside.
Gary, what do you say?
Here's a question I get from a lot of people, big sports fans, right? So I'm a Sirius subscriber. I want to get baseball. How will I be able to get baseball before the end of the season?
So we have not announced any of the specific content that we're going to be offering. But if you're a Sirius subscriber and you want baseball, then, and you'd expect I would say this, then for an additional $12.95, you can buy an XM radio, and you can then make sure you can get everything.
You can hear it before the end of the season.
So it's what I understand is, so far, this is so new. We don't even know how things will shake out really in the future when it comes to technology too, right? Because like some guy called up and he says, well, I've got a lifetime subscription, Sirius lifetime subscription. Does that get affected?
No.
He asked me. It doesn't,
No.
right? It's you have the same equipment.
If
and
you
the
keep
same
that
service.
radio, that radio we've said will never be obsolete.
Right.
Will not ever be obsolete. And you can understand why it'll never be obsolete, because if you bought a car and the satellite radio is in the car, you know, we need to provide service to that satellite radio for as long as that car is ever on the road.
That's right. So it will not be obsolete.
So we will not make the radio obsolete. If you have a lifetime subscription, you know, what you should do is extend your lifetime subscription for a second lifetime, you know.
Has this whole experience made you sour on government? Honest, be honest.
Yeah,
It has,
it
right?
absolutely is. The process, you know, has just been grueling. The fact that you have congressmen, and I understand this. I mean, I've done this for a fairly long time, that they will write a letter because a local broadcaster in their market, you know, has asked them to write it. And the argument is, gee, I am helping a constituent, or I am helping a contributor.
Right.
So when you take a look at everything that's going on in this country, you know, housing issues, gasoline prices, jobs, and you see the people who have worked to try to stop this merger, it has to make you frustrated. You know?
And what is the system now? If I hire lobbyists and I pay millions of dollars, I can slow down or possibly stop the process of a merger. So everyone is on the take. Not everyone, but some people really are promised money for their votes.
Well, I don't think it's that. Okay, I mean, I mean, I understand how you get there with that, but I think that what is happening is that you have these congressmen and senators who want to get reelected. In order to get reelected, it costs a lot of money to run television advertising. So they are constantly, probably, if you're a senator for 6 years, you spend about 2.5 to 3 years of that fundraising.
Wow.
The amount of time that you spend fundraising. So they are very concerned of making sure that they are representing their constituents. So, you know, the argument...
So anybody with a little, you know, stone in their shoe.
So our enemies, the
basically
NAB.
stop government from working.
So our enemies, the NAB, go out and they hire lobbyists and they hire people with influence to sit down with these senators and congressmen and such, and sit down and work them, so to speak. They put up a lot of money to stop this merger from happening. And they were successful in a sense. They were able to slow the process down. They were able to get people to drag their feet, right?
But essentially, that's what the FCC was responding to when they would take a letter from one person in Florida and say, you know what, we have to investigate how it's done.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I think this merger, you know, took a long time because there was such a controversy for whatever reason.
Right.
Some of the things, and it wasn't so much the government, some of the proposals that were made were outrageous because people game now the process because they know what you need to do. So they now know you need to get 3 out of the 5 votes. I was hoping to get 5-0, but winning 3-2 is the same as winning 5-0.
You won.
People put all kinds of things out there. So as an example, it was proposed that we be required in every radio we make to put in a competitor's radio.
Right.
So, and by the way, that we have to pay for putting in that competitor's radio. And I'm trying to think, this is America. How could somebody say that I have to put in, or we have to put in to our radios competitors' products?
Yeah, wouldn't you love if terrestrial radio had to build in our receivers?
And I asked that question.
Right.
And silence.
Yeah.
Then we had some people who are experienced in the FCC process and knowing this public interest standard is vague, and said, we think you ought to give us 25% of your spectrum.
Right.
And we said, excuse me? Give you? So our shareholders are now expected to, as a gift to you, because it is in the public interest. I said, I didn't see Clear Channel when they created this large competitive company to us, sitting there giving up any stations. So
yeah, why don't they donate a few stations to the public interest?
That's what I thought. I mean, at this point, you know, there's
it's sickening,
they're
isn't
pretty
it?
big, yeah.
So those would have all been deal breakers, I assume.
And yeah, well, we wouldn't do it.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that.
As much as I wanted to do this merger, I needed to make sure that we were going to do the merger and we were going to be able to win after the merger. Because as I told you, we were going to win before the merger.
Right, you didn't want to be disadvantaged.
Yeah, to go backwards. I mean, so for the purpose of ego, right, to just sit there and say, we got a merger done, you know, hooray, hooray, you know, I'm moving on. Right. That isn't the case, right? I'm here, and I'm going to stay here, and I wanted to get a merger done because the merger will make the company better than if it was...
Was this the toughest thing you ever had to do in your career? Honestly.
By far.
That's it.
As silly as that
Even getting
sounds.
CBS and Viacom.
Well, I mean, I must tell you, I did have one dinner with some of the Redstone. I think that was worse. But
that was tough.
Other than that one dinner,
But this was hard.
This was the hardest thing I've ever done in my career, and it never should have been, because it should have been
easy.
A piece of cake. You had two struggling companies, never made a dime. Either one never made a dime. Combined, we still have all terrestrial radio to compete with, you know. And
why did it take the Department of Justice so long to decide?
Because they had gotten such concerns, and there was a belief. So, you know, remember, EchoStar and DirecTV,
right,
you know, got turned down. So people said, well, gee, there's two satellite television companies, and they want to become one.
In other words, they heard the word satellite, and they don't really have all that wherewithal, and they can't figure out that.
Yeah, maybe no
completely...
satellite should ever merge.
Well, here's what they said. They said there are two satellite radio companies. Mr. 𝗏𝗏, would you believe that there are two satellite radio companies in the United States today?
Right.
Yes, sir. And after the merger, there's going to be one satellite radio company.
Right.
So this is a 2-to-1. This is a duopoly to become a monopoly. And the answer is yes, there are two satellite radio companies, but forget that it's called satellite radio. We compete with iPods. We compete with other technology. We're part of a bigger market. So it took the Justice Department, which was a very unpolitical process, by the way, a long time, because they went to auto partners, they went to content, they went to...
They did their research.
Howard, I don't know if they spoke to you. I know they spoke with your agent, and they spent a good amount of time to say, is this going to be a monopoly? And the answer would be, so as an example, when it came to Howard, the sense was, Howard, you had two satellite radio companies interested in you before you came here.
Right.
Now, if the merger happens, there's only going to be one satellite radio company. Aren't you sitting there concerned about that? And your agent or you, whoever spoke to him, would say, I came from terrestrial radio.
Right.
There's competition. By the way, if I decide when my contract is up, and you better decide when your contract's up to stay. But if I decide on my contract is up that I want to go somewhere else, there's plenty of places
to go.
To go.
Yes, absolutely.
I would happily have you.
And the fact of the matter is that I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't go back to terrestrial radio under any circumstance.
Would you? I mean,
but you had the choice.
I always had the choice.
They had negotiating move.
Let me tell you something.
Creative freedom.
Here's what I said. I said you run the risk of having no satellite company to go to.
Right.
If you don't see this merger.
And then you're stuck with only terrestrial radio.
I had a bunch of radio guys say to me, you know, this isn't good for me. I'm talking about announcers who call me and are friendly with me and say, this isn't good for me because I used to be able to go to XM, then I could go to Sirius, and I could go. I said, you're wrong. I said, if this deal doesn't go through, you might not even have a satellite company to go to and sit there. I said, this is going to make them stronger. They're going to be able to hire better talent. They're going to be able to compete.
Pay you.
Yeah,
And the other thing is, it's stupid to have two. It's like you don't have a separate AM radio, and then you got to buy a separate FM radio.
You have them combined.
You have them combined.
Right. No, it made no sense.
Hey, Howard.
Well, congratulations. Yes,
Can I
Artie.
just say, hey, Mel, you know, one of the greatest things about this for you has got to be, you know, predicting to the board that, you know, the NAB, if they come out against this, obviously that's great for us. And they actually took that bait. That happened. But if you were still on the NAB, don't you think you would have been crowing like, guys, we can't come out against us? And don't you?
Would you have fought if you? That's a good question, Artie.
So here's what I would have done.
I mean, do you think there's anybody smart enough there to have figured that out and was crowing about it?
I mean, they spent millions of dollars fighting this.
Right.
Here's what they should have done, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's. I want to know
the
what
local
you think.
broadcasters have accepted that there's cable television.
Right.
Today, you don't hear television saying, let's get rid of HBO. We don't want there to be an ESPN.
Yeah.
You sit there and coexist. There's a role for local broadcasters, and a very important role. I mean, we're not going to do what local broadcasters do. We're not going to cover the local school closings, and we're not going to deal with some of the local community stuff.
Right.
So there's a role. Just like AM radio has been around for over 80 years today.
Right. They didn't
it's
go
still
away.
And radio will still be away. What they should have said is, what are you really concerned about? Okay, are you concerned about local advertising? Of course, that's your bread and butter. So if they would have spoken to me and said, you know what, is there something we can do that would maybe you can agree to not do local advertising, or you would not do some of the concern, then, by the way, the radio industry would embrace satellite and say, you know what? We're part of the radio industry, and the radio industry now would be perceived of, in part because of satellite radio being so strong, as not as dead in the water.
Right. Maybe more exciting.
So they should have said, hey, we're going to embrace this. The radio business will be a bigger, better business. And by the way, we're still going to get most of the advertising because it's mostly local advertising, and their business is more subscription.
You really think you would have been that way?
I don't know.
Because you're the guy who would have hated.
Right. At this point,
I don't buy that.
What did I want it to do? I wanted the government to shut down some of these terrestrial radio stations.
Well, I'm for that, and I would vote for that. I'd vote for any candidate who could do that.
By the way, Mel has been all over the news because of the Janet Jackson thing, and there you were right again.
Once again, I must tell you, I did feel a whole lot better about getting the merger approved than winning the Janet Jackson case.
No, it's a great day.
It was just that I remembered you were, because they kept showing your face at those congressional hearings as well.
I've had my share of congressional hearings. These were the most grueling.
What is it, Gary?
A lot of people in the office have this question: whose idea was the merger? Like, where did it start? Was it your idea?
Yeah, I must and take the responsibility for it as well. So before I joined the company, one of the board members, Leon Black. So before I joined the company, one of the thoughts that I had was, what about combining these two companies? And I had originally heard that idea when I was working at Viacom from 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄𝗿𝗍, a well-known financier, and Larry Tisch, who I knew well. He's passed away. They wanted me to leave Viacom and to join. This is before you did it, and it wouldn't have been a success because of what you did to satellite radio, that they wanted me to join the company for the purpose of putting it together. So before I joined the company, I spent a good amount of time trying to understand what has been going on, and have been working on it for that long. And as we disclosed earlier, I went after XM and tried to get them. They wouldn't consider it, and convinced them after a long period of time. But, the final piece, just to see where it is, when you got here, we talked about there was 600,000 subscribers.
Right.
Today, almost 20 million subscribers.
That's amazing.
When you got here in 2000, when you announced, so it was before you even got here, the revenue was $67 million. Sirius's total sales, $67 million. And today, as I said, $2.2 billion.
Wow. A lot of growth. That is really fantastic. And I believe there's a great future ahead for satellite radio. More than anyone predicts, and I am pretty good with radio stuff.
Well, you know what? I was asking the other day, Tim Sabian once told us about the rate of sales of satellite radio. And is the growth still that...
Well, people, car companies are slowing down, but they're still selling a lot of cars, and satellite radio is going there. And I think that once the confusion of the merger is out of the place, I think that aftermarket, I think these better products, that we'll be able to create where you can get the Howard Stern on XM, I think that's going to help. I think the churn, where people disconnect, will go down because the product will be better. So, I mean, I think that there's a lot of good things, a lot of
You did
risks,
a fabulous job. You should be congratulated and really proud of yourself.
Well,
I mean,
that's
it's a tremendous accomplishment.
advertising campaign. Howard Stern on XM.
And the whole team, by the way, there was just a tremendous
There's
team of people, as always.
a group of people who really hung in there, and this is tough. And I mean, I felt for Mel going down there and testifying over and over again. I knew it was a bunch of bullshit.
That was the problem, yeah.
Dominic, you're on the air. Go ahead. Dominic.
Congratulations, Mel.
Thanks, Dominic.
Politically, I think that this is like the internet. It scares the hell out of the political parties how powerful this really is. Do you agree on that?
Yeah, I will tell you that I had a very influential senator that met with me privately who said that I am willing to support this merger if you are willing to conform to terrestrial radio's rules on indecency.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
And you know my answer on that, right? So
That's
were there deal breakers? You know, in my opinion, I don't believe that we do anything indecent at all. I think we do funny and stuff like that. So, and this Janet Jackson thing, you know, everybody thought,
Can
oh my
you
God.
imagine in a private pay service? I mean, it's the same as a book or a magazine or anything that you cable. I mean,
that you choose to pick
why would a
up,
guy care about that? No. This is certainly a closed system.
And that's my argument. And my argument is that why is it that you want all media to just be acceptable to kids, that adults don't have any rights to have content that they may like? So everything has to be at the lowest common denominator where it has to be acceptable to children because, oh my God, imagine if a child heard, you know, the word penis or something.
And here we finally have a system that takes care of that.
Yeah.
It's a pay service.
Yeah,
no one has to have this in their home.
And what an archaic way of thinking. In 2008, like 40 years after Lenny Bruce and 25 years after Howard got started, to think, I mean, it's not like we're murdering people here in decency. It's just adult entertainment. It's like the difference between Chris Rock on HBO or Chris Rock hosting the Oscars. What's funnier?
Maybe the most important question in all this is, how does all of this affect Cousin Brucey? What's going to happen with him?
So Cousin Brucey will have a bigger platform for people to be able to hear his extraordinary shows. And I've been a Cousin Brucey fan since growing up.
A part of the package that you can get?
Well, we haven't had a lot of discussions on it, but I can't imagine why XM subscribers would not want to hear Cousin Brucey.
Are you saying Are you saying the XM subscribers represent more cousins? That's right.
It's a bigger family.
And the
it's a bigger family.
The XMers are officially cousins now, is what you're saying.
We are now together. I am, you know, as of yesterday, I had a town hall there. I'm going to have one here today at 10:30 in New York.
Have you spoken with Oprah?
I have not spoken to Oprah, but Oprah had sent regards. I love Oprah, and I've not seen her in ages. But
does Oprah want to meet with me now that we're on the same thing?
Let me write that down. To when I do speak to Oprah, I will ask her.
Somebody told me there was going to be a joint press conference.
You know what would be great? I said that, and somebody picked up on it and said they couldn't wait for the joint press conference.
One of the bad about the internet, right? I mean, the internet's phenomenal, right? Is that all over the internet was people are asking now, when is the Howard Stern Oprah press conference?
I know. And you want to know something? What a great promotion that would be.
Oh, my goodness.
Can you imagine?
And it's only available on satellite.
I am volunteering for this right now.
Mel, if Howard decides to stay, and you said, I think, $2 billion in sales now, by then it'll probably be $5 billion. Will you have to give Howard the entire county of Staten Island?
Well, no. What I would
Mel
say,
would never give me the entire county of Staten Island.
So here's the negotiation with Howard.
Yes.
What are you, crazy? We have a monopoly.
Where are you going to go? You've ruined your reputation with terrestrial radio. You have nowhere to go.
Yeah, Howard, you know
man
what?
always gets me in the end.
Back in 19... I guess 85?
I got to tell you, I've been through a lot of negotiations with Mel. It's not easy.
It's not easy at all.
I will put this offer on the table, okay, because of this monopoly we now have. I will give you what we gave you in 85.
Excellent. Thank you, Mel. As a matter of fact, you know, there was one time I was going through a negotiation with Mel when we were at K-Rock, and I turned to Mel, and this is just how stupid I am. I said, Mel, you should treat me like you would treat your own son. And Mel looked at me like I'm out of my fucking mind because I'm not his son.
Right.
And this is how I view the world.
With that.
And when I went to a psychiatrist, it was one of the first things they ever brought up. And the psychiatrist looked at me and said, you're going to need a lot of psychiatry. He goes, the guy's not your father. He said, you end up thinking everyone's going to be your father and take care of you.
You are so bizarre because my son says to me, why can't you treat me like you treat Howard? Give me that kind of money.
I got to talk to that guy.
You know, Don Buchwald.
What is that, Dominic?
Don Buchwald, the greatest agent in the world, will only want you to be treated as well as Mel's dog.
Well, thank you, Dominic. That's very true. Well, Mel, this is a great day.
You know, the one thing, you know, like, it is on everybody's mind, though, is will all of the programming one day be the same, or will there always be two separate sets of programming?
So there's probably a closer situation. So, you know, logically, if they have a country music channel that might be better than our country music channel, we'd want to give our subscribers the best.
Right.
So there probably will be a morphing to try to give both services the best service, but there will always be the two services because of what I mentioned to you about the cars. Our satellites can't go to the you know, XM radios and XM satellites, so we're going to have to continue to operate, you know, two separate operations. We're going to continue to have.
But don't you think eventually you'll be able to build a radio that can receive Sirius and XM?
Yeah, we have that radio, and we'll have that in the market soon. But that is still going to require that there be these General Motors radios that are in the car. So it's for at least 10, 12 more years. There's for sure going to be the two services. Closer together maybe on programming, but two distinct services. Longer term, I think it's 2015 or 2018, we can launch new satellites. And then when we launch new satellites, then it will be able to get to both radios, and then we can, but that's a long way off.
That's a long way off. That's great.
In the meantime, you know, I have things to do to make this work. So the easy part, believe it or not, I've been telling people, the easy part is over because doing the deal is supposed to be easy. Now you got to make it work.
And what about Riley Martin? How will this affect him?
Have you negotiated with him?
You know, one of the thoughts coming in here was whether or not I should tell the truth about the revenue of the company. Because I knew the impact would be on Riley Martin.
When Riley hears you're making $262 billion, it's going to drive him absolutely insane. In fact, I'll play you later in the show, not while Mel is here. Riley did call.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, Riley on his show said, I will play you tape, he's very upset that Mel didn't mention him at the press conference.
You're kidding.
That's right. And he's not kidding. He's not kidding. Marianne from Brooklyn, go ahead. What do you want to say to Mel real quick?
I want to congratulate you, Mel, for all your hard work, for all of us, for Howard, for everybody. And Mel, if it's too personal, who are you voting for, Mel? Because whoever you're voting for, I'm voting for.
Yeah, I thought I knew who I was going to vote for, and I was hoping throughout this process, you know, I was going to see a distinction, you know, from Republicans and a distinction from Democrats, and knowing how important to my life business is, that one of the issues that would have influenced my voting would have been, you know, on, you know, what is necessary, what is better for our shareholders. And that's because, I mean, a lot of the contributions that I make to political parties comes because I make money here.
Right.
And I'm not clear. I know Senator McCain fairly well, and I have really been a fan of his for a long time. And I've not met Senator Obama. So, you know, at this point, I haven't made any decision.
Up for grabs. You don't know yet.
I could.
Are you waiting for the debate?
I think I'm waiting till I probably close that curtain.
So
and
this
make the vote.
FCC process, you were hoping that maybe you'd have some clarity about how you felt about either party, but you're saying I would think you would have favored the Republicans in this because at least they approved the merger on the FCC.
I absolutely do. I mean, the vote was 3-2, and the 3 votes who approved it were Republicans. And that says an awful lot to me. So,
And now, if you need me to advertise for you absolutely for free, I will pound the pavement for Sirius XM because I am a huge fan and a supporter of having what I like. This is my indulgence in life, and I truly believe in...
All right, I have a headache.
Marianne, we need more people like you who are willing to do things for free.
Right, That's Mel's real push now. He wants to get as much as possible for free.
Yeah, do whatever you got to do, Marianne. You have permission.
I see Ralph's on the phone and wants to tell Mel what he needs to do now as the head of Sirius XM. Are you interested in Ralph's input at all? Do you think that's relevant?
I feel the same about Ralph's input as I always have.
Okay, good. Ralph, go ahead.
What should he wear at the press conference, Ralph?
So good. Hey, Mel really is in another world when he's waiting to talk to the candidates to decide who he's going to vote for.
Right. He's really risen. I knew him when he had no access. Now all of a sudden he's hanging out with...
I love that.
Yes.
All right, Mel, there's 2 problems here, and take this seriously. First of all, my friend went to buy 2 different cars, a Hummer and a BMW. When he got the Hummer, they didn't even tell him that he had XM in it. He had to read the owner's manual. The BMW, he got the BMW. He ordered it. He gets the BMW. He goes, well, where's the Sirius? He goes, oh, you wanted that? You needed to order it. You should have asked us, and it's going to cost you $500 now. So these car companies got to get on board, first of all.
Right.
Ralph, I think for the first time I'm going to say, you've raised a good point, and I think the good news is it just shows you how successful satellite radio has been, and there's still so much work that has to be done to really execute perfectly. And a lot of the stuff is beyond our hands. When you go to Best Buy or one of the retail stores, they have a fair turnover of salespeople, and you ask them a question, which service has Howard Stern? And I do that all the time, just go in as a customer. It's amazing how frequently they don't get it right.
Yeah, they'll say XM, and they don't get it. And Ralph is right; it's true. And everyone I meet, but everyone I meet has an idea on how to improve satellite radio and improve sales and this and that. The other thing, there is Mel's right. There's a tremendous amount of work to be done. I mean, how do you get a guy who works at a car dealership to understand that? Hey. Customer walks in.
About it. Yeah.
Do you want satellite radio? This is a feature that we offer. This or that. I mean, how do you do that?
I bought a car the other day. I work in satellite radio. They know I work in satellite radio. They forgot to put the satellite in the car.
It's ridiculous.
I bought a car just honestly for the purpose, of I didn't have a satellite radio in one of my cars, so I figured I need to have it in all my cars, so I bought a car just to go through the experience.
Process, yeah.
Right. It is frustrating because they want to sell cars. Right. So, when they think that the car is $30,000, it's $40,000, it's $100,000, they're not focused on this low-priced item. So we have some programs. We're going to work on it. We'll get better as time goes on, but it's a real issue.
Ralph,
the other problem, Mel, is this equipment. You should be able to go in a store and buy one fucking thing instead of jumping through hoops. I got to buy a car kit. I got to buy a home dock. I got to port this. It should be simple. And then they don't have the car kit in stock. It's so frustrating. And that's if you can get this stuff sometimes.
Ralph, now that the merge is done, and now I don't have to testify for hearings, I will work in my basement on getting these radios.
Well, I've actually been doing that.
Would you consider using Ralph as a consultant in any of this? Is there any value in his opinions?
My microphones, I can't my headset's not working.
His headset doesn't work. All right, thank you, Ralph. Well, there it is. I'll tell you what we should do. And I'm going to make this offer to you, Mel. In order to get these car dealers up to speed and make it important to them to sell these satellite radios, if I can convince Gina Lynn, the porn star, to date the car dealer that sells the most satellite radios and have full blown out sex with her,
Let me tell you, you've got the constituency that would be most, you know,
wouldn't that
interested.
work?
Based on the car dealers that I know, that could work, but I can't be involved.
You can't be involved.
Can't go out and sell that.
I mean, isn't that really where it's at?
I think
Sex and
they
money.
usually use money as an incentive.
I think that's it. Listen, Mel, I've taken up enough of your time.
Yeah, get to work.
I need to deal with the stock. I mean, that's the
now
issue
you need
now.
to deal with the stock. I think people are impressed with what you have done. I know I am.
Thank you.
I am special, but this seems to make you even more special, which is terrific. I am very grateful that you did this because this, I'm going to tell you, I could never have predicted that 2.5 years ago when I signed up with the company, actually 3.5 years I signed, I said satellite radio will be big. And I really felt that it would take off. And I think it is the future of radio. But I never would have thought in 2.5 years the companies would merge.
And by the way, in my opinion, and I'm not blowing smoke, but for you, it wouldn't have happened.
Right.
Because I think the only way it happened was that Sirius became a good competitor to XM because XM was bigger. And had Sirius not been equal to XM, we could not have gotten that done.
Will we go down in history together, Mel, you and I, for some of the accomplishments we've had? Now, I'm going back to the terrestrial radio days. It seems every time that we've gotten together, huge successes have happened. True or false?
You will go down in history.
What about you?
I'll be happy to be a footnote.
You will only be a footnote.
Footnote.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that, too.
I would prefer to go down in history and have you be a footnote. No, but seriously, what a great partnership this has been.
It's been great.
Honestly, I mean, you're really a terrific guy, and you've done some terrific things.
Do you think, Howard, sometimes that the other people you've worked for in the past who only tried to hold you back
They're
and
assholes.
control you. That's what they decided to do with their time.
Well, in the history of
Instead
Howard's...
building a company, they tried to spend their time controlling
Mel is the
you.
only guy I worked for who actually said to me, "You're an asset. I can sell your show." He's the only one who could sell it.
Mhm.
He was the only one who fought for me. Honestly, I've worked for a ton of people. They were all jack-offs. I've said this on the air before, and you'll hear me say it in the History of Howard Stern Part 2, which is a big special coming up. I talk extensively about Mel being the key person in my career. You can't have my kind of career if you don't have somebody backing you up.
Right.
But
and Mel always backed me up.
For full disclosure, in the History of Howard Stern Part 2, which I was interviewed for, I tell the story about how you wanted to be syndicated into more markets than I wanted to do it.
That's
and
true.
you and Don convinced me to do it against my better judgment at that time. So
I talk
in
about
fairness,
stuff like that, but the bottom line is we always figured stuff out together and moved forward and moved ahead.
And my point is, you were always Howard. These so-called business people who were the general managers of the stations before never understood what they had in their hands. And I wonder if they now sit around kicking themselves because you passed through their fingers.
Oh, yeah. You've been great for me. I mean, and I tell everyone, and I say it, and I don't want to get into a love fest, but the fact of the matter is you're terrific. Congratulations. And I'm going to tell you something about me. I am so fired up now because these scumbags at terrestrial radio, they haven't suffered enough yet. They sat and fought against this thing. Now you've got
now
real
you're pissed
competition.
Even more. You're even
I
more
am
pissed.
so pissed off now. I wasn't pissed off. They had a sleeping lion. I was fat and full. But I'm going to tell you something. I got an enemy now.
Now you got a fire in your belly.
This terrestrial radio deserves to compete now. Now, because they have a strong satellite competitor, they're going to have to sit there and figure out how to make their product better. You see, this is the point. Now there's competition.
Ridiculous.
Now there is real competition. You're going to have to figure out how to beat us and make your programming better than ours. And I got to tell you something. You are in big trouble.
Don't have a lot of faith that you can
We
do that.
are fired up. I'm fired. I don't know about anybody else. I'm fired up. What?
Well, you know what, really, Howard? I mean, really, when you think about it, he's right. You came into a company, you signed on, it had 650 8,000 subscribers.
Was that Mel roaring in the background?
That was Mel.
I heard
Mel
him.
is a
It was Mel. He's
big
going wild. He loves when I get fired up. Listen
But
to him.
listen to this. And when you signed on, that was the big question. Will he even make a difference? Will he have any impact at all?
There'll be a difference. You wait and see. You wait and see who wins.
In my opinion, the untold story when this merger is done is the impact that you had on getting this done.
And 50 years from now.
Did you take
And
a
can
meeting?
you believe this? What is it called? A Museum of Broadcasting, or what?
Take the Hall of Fame.
So-called Broadcasting Hall of Fame. How could you have a Broadcasting Hall of Fame and I'm not in it? Some reverend they put in there.
For the record,
I don't care, by the way.
4 years ago, I was inducted.
That's
into the
right.
Hall of Fame.
Rightly so.
Even you are in the
You should resign.
Why do you want to be? Why do you want to be
I
a
don't.
member of something that I am a member of?
I just want to point that out. That's all. How dare they?
If you go to the racetrack and there's a horse named 𝗛𝗲𝗄𝗿, you bet on that horse.
Well, you know, in my opinion, and the last thing I have to say, because I really got to get back to work, is that in all of show business, okay, there are very few people, and I can't really think of another one that is as impactful, okay, in business. So the idea of having you be so impactful to do billions of dollars of a merger and to be able to take a company there, I think is extraordinary.
You're right.
And
Well,
I think that if you even begun to think in years ahead of leaving, it would be like me sitting there saying, you know what, now that it's done, I'm going to leave. So as much as I'm committed, I'm assuming, Howard, that you're committed.
I am committed to this company. You know that.
There are people that have lifetime subscriptions, and I
Here he
think
is
you
again.
have to have a
Sucking me
lifetime.
back in.
You need a lifetime contract.
If I loved my fans
If
and
you
this
cared-
company, I would be here forever. Let me tell you something. You're
Your
absolutely right.
legacy is not cemented yet.
Maybe if you stayed a little while.
Admit it, Mel. That shithead Amos, he couldn't bring over 3 people to satellite radio.
Maybe if you committed longer, you would one day get inducted into that Hall of Fame. And I'll do. If I have to
I am
buy the
committed.
Hall of Fame, I will buy the Hall of
Always
Fame.
sucks me in. Let me tell you what I'm doing. I am commissioning a statue of Mel for this studio. I am going to get a top artist. And Gary will roll it in here, and you will have an honorary place here in this studio. I have not done that for anyone.
It's impressive.
And you will have your statue, and wait till you see it. Quickly, Gary, order me a bust. All right, listen, Mel, applause.
Yes.
Congratulations and kudos. You have done it, my friend.
Thank you.
And you, aside from being a dog lover, are a people lover and committed to this company, and I admire your accomplishment. I love what you've done. Congratulations. And for the government to make you wait 18 months and to make all of us wait 18 months was a sin, but you got it done. And again, you're a winner. You're not a loser. If anyone calls you a loser, they're wrong. You're a winner.
Go out of here knowing.
All right.
What are you going to do? Are you going to celebrate?
Well, no.
Open did you open champagne?
Did not. What I'm doing is I got a busy day today because, as I said, this is the first press that I'm doing, and I got a few things that I have to do in that regard. I'm talking to employees at 10:30. I'm going to XM again tomorrow.
Are they nervous or something?
No,
Is that
they
why you have to
shouldn't
go
be.
over there?
No,
They shouldn't be,
I just
right.
want to learn more about it.
Stay in Washington?
That we're going to have a huge facility and continue to operate in Washington. You know, we have about 1,000 employees. They have a little over 1,000 employees. We're going to operate in both places. Purpose is to learn more about XM so I can integrate the company in a smooth way. And I will have a glass of champagne or more on Saturday.
Excellent. We welcome our brothers at XM to the company, and this is terrific. And congratulations.
Mr. 𝗛𝗿𝗄𝗿.
Yes.
So how does it feel to have this huge weight lifted off your shoulders?
Well, the weight is still on my shoulders because, number one, we have to make the merger work. and we have to prove that it was the right decision to do it. So just getting the approval is the first step. Making it work is more important, and then we have to create the value for shareholders who own our company. So I think we still got an awful lot of work to do.
And now, what does this merger mean for the world of Howard Stern?
I think that more people will be able to, listen to Howard Stern show every day. There are an awful lot of people who bought General Motors vehicles because they wanted that car. And unfortunately, they're not able to get Sirius there, where shortly and within a few months, they'll be able to get Howard Stern. So I think it means, more people to be able to listen to Howard Stern.
All right, sounds good.
Great.
Congratulations. The greatest of all time. I'm coming to see my main man, Howard Stern. We're going to talk straight talk, get it right, get it real, talk about 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄𝗿𝗱.com, my energy granules, about the wife that's running crazy with a 19-year-old, the 50-year-old wife that's going nuts with a 19-year-old. We're going to talk about everything under the sun, wrestling, you name it. We're going to talk about Pam Anderson's legs. We're going to talk about everything. So what you going to do when Hulk Hogan, the greatest of all time, and Howard Stern run wild on you, brother?
Hulk Hogan is here. See Hulk on American Gladiators Monday nights at 8 o'clock on NBC.
Yes, he's hosting that with Layla Ali, I think.
That's Muhammad Ali's daughter?
Yeah, the boxer.
I think she's kind of cute.
She was on that Dancing with the Stars that you love so much.
Hey, there he is. Look how big he is.
But you know what? He looks smaller.
We'll represent your boy, man.
I like that boy.
Bubba Army.
What'd you do, man? You pumped up. I mean, your arms are bigger.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I got both phones from him, but Nick might call me from jail, and I got to at least say good morning if he calls me.
Absolutely.
Would you say hello to him if he calls?
Of course I would.
Just remember, you're being recorded. Anything you say can incriminate you, so no nail files in the apple pie or anything like that.
I mean, I can't say I'm going to send you a gun so you.
No, you can. Oh, you can say it, but please don't do that.
Are you?
Where? You want me here?
Well,
yes, sit down.
Sure.
Have a
Thanks.
seat.
When you become a single, how's your hip?
My hip's better.
He's got a bad hip?
No, I got a hip replacement.
Oh, you did?
Why
but
does it hurt?
Still hurts?
We had in the guy Jesse Ventura, who just had a
Oh,
hip
please. Anyway, nice guy.
Well, he said he felt bad for you as a father, but he did badmouth you. He said
he's brutal.
He said you ratted him out to Vince McMahon.
He's so full of shit.
Yeah, anti-union,
Dude,
apparently.
let me tell you something. Jesse has worked on these stories for 30 years.
He has a lot
He's finally got him out. Jesse knows just a little bit about a whole lot of things.
Right.
And you should ask him about